to the correct channel?
It is on M. Lorelei.
Yes, that's where I want it to be. That's where I want it to be.
Hmm.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to what's supposed to be my weekly stream, but is apparently turning out to be a monthly stream, and I will probably get a chance to explain that momentarily, but I also am joined by my regular co-host, Cybernetic Pink Eye.
This is gonna go so wrong so fast.
You may notice that the title of the stream has, what's a familiar title of a game, but there's a reason why it's all wrong. But, so, a couple of things first. I mean, we're probably going to be chilling here for a little minute, for just a tiny minute, as opposed to a big minute, um, while people come trickling it on in, hopefully. Obviously, we have on screen the ad for a stream that is happening tomorrow over on the Sirenia Studios channel. Again, that's
Yeah.
linked usually in the description of all of my videos, as well as on the about section of my channel, pretty much. So that's going to be tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Central, which is 5:30 Eastern. So, in terms of mass time conversion, time zone conversion, that's the zone that we're working with.
Yeah.
Featuring the characters that you currently see on screen, and also my co-host is among the players. If you haven't been keeping up with the Lore of Lias Starburst campaign, there is a playlist of all three streams currently up on the channel. So if you want to take, what would it be, about 6-7 hours, maybe 8 at most, to go through the entire thing. If you want to spend the rest of this weekend catching up, the entire playlist is available, so you can keep up on with what everything has been so far.
Yeah. Speaking of, shout out to the people who've been submitting fan art of it thus far.
Oh, yeah, there've been a handful of people. I know that Queen, for example, did the Koshi fan art, which I know you're particularly happy about, Griffin.
Listen. I don't have a fandom, so any fan art I get is welcome.
You have a fandom. They're just quiet so far. But yes, Koshi is a very memorable character, and
They certainly are.
that's the whole point. They're supposed to be a memorable character, and they managed to stand out quite a bit. I want to post
glad.
a fan art, but I can't draw. Well, don't let that stop you.
It's never stopped me.
I mean, I think you can draw reasonably well, but
Yeah,
anyway.
I mean, I'm more prone to Photoshop because of that. Seeing some buffering on the stream now.
Okay, reconnection successful.
Ah, there we are. Yeah.
Cool. The internet was also briefly down earlier today, so there's a chance that on top of everything else, I might be running into internet interruptions, which is fantastic. It's been a pretty consistent thing this last week, too. Also, if you have fan art, you have a fandom. Well,
You know what? Valid, I suppose.
but anyway, hopefully there aren't very many future interruptions. I really don't want that to be the case. Fuck. Alright, we're past the first minute, so it's okay for me to start swearing. Anyway,
Fudge!
squeaky! Okay. But yeah, featuring the 4 characters that we have on screen, Koshi being the one to the furthest left. But yeah, I wanted to take a moment just to advertise that. Also, here's the requisite, what is it called? The call to actions. People who want to basically participate in some degree or another with the Lore of Lias Starburst campaign. If you're a patron, even just for $1 a month, you actually get to vote on things that and of course someone has to drive by with base boosted. Cool. Anyway, vote on things that will happen in the course of the game. There is actually a current vote up for what kind of loot the characters might get in the encounter that they are set up for to have tomorrow. And I believe that ends sometime tonight, so it's not too late to get to vote between a few different options. Fortunately, I try to avoid putting like spoilers into votes, so you're not going to get spoiled to anything, but you're going to get to have a bit of a nudge in the way things go. So that's just whenever I put those out, a vote usually once between sessions, but like it depends on whether or not I'm able to work things in quickly enough, or if the players decide to keep talking and role playing and doing the thing that I brought them in to do. But yeah, so joining Patreon, not only do you get like early access to all videos that go up on the channel, actually either channel really, but particularly Sirenia Studios, because that's more my production-based channel at this point. But you also get behind-the-scenes stuff, art, background stuff, access to all sorts of like behind-the-scenes things. And then just in general, you help me, get by month to month, so that much is also very much obviously appreciated. Hello, Shikarian! Almost as if on cue as I'm running through the course of the calls to action here, because you've been the most consistently supportive, and I mean, that's...
For both of us.
Yeah, thank you so much for your help, Shikarian. I was just getting around to even saying, if you see the coffee.com/mlorelei on screen right now, that's another way that you can basically, treat it like a tip jar kind of thing. Like if you're appreciating either the streaming or anything else that I'm doing, instead of a commitment like the Patreon is, it's like a one-time tip thing if you want to do that instead. Yeah. That is all of the prelude, outside of the standard... like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, etc. All of that stuff that everyone always says. That should hopefully be the end of it. I'll probably go over it again at the end of streaming today. So, I haven't streamed for like a month. And I apologize for that. Unfortunately, it was the first week after I had last streamed, I was not able to... move. Like, I was not able to, get up out of bed. And then the week following, I was also not feeling great. I think it was even a last-minute thing where I woke up not feeling fantastic. This last week, interestingly enough, unfortunately, I was not going to be able to stream anyway because I had gotten my second COVID shot. The Pfizer was the one that I was going with. And it didn't hit me too bad, but I also didn't want to risk exacerbating it or, say, being in the middle of streaming and being like, okay, I need to go. Hey, Rabrina.
Hello.
So, this last weekend I took off because of that, and this also has not been a fantastic week for a number of reasons. Between, as of yesterday, some issues with one of my cat's health that I'm going to have to keep an eye on and probably have to get taken care of soon. Stuff happens. Yes, it does. But there have been some serious discussions, and more than one. So if you're out there listening to this and thinking, oh, it was me, no, it was multiple people that I had to have some conversations with. There's also been some recording that I have been doing for various things. So there's been different kinds of tolls that have been that have been taking a toll on me. There we go. There's a sentence anyway. Yeah. Yes, poor baby. Like I said, I'll be keeping an eye on it, but hopefully things should be fine, and we've got an appointment for him, so hopefully we can square that away soon. So that's been my month. I hope you guys have been doing better than I have. If you have not yet been vaccinated, I highly recommend doing so. In fact, not only do I highly recommend it, I'm going to start demanding it. Get your ass vaccinated. Pourquoi?
Yeah.
I said so.
But yeah, this month has been interesting for both of us.
It has been. There's been a lot that's going on, and there's getting my second shot. This interestingly, that popped up on the stream before my actual. Yeah, sorry, I was looking over. It popped up on the stream before it did my actual chat box.
I noticed that too.
That's interesting.
It just goes to show that Shikarian's ahead of the game.
Of course. Second shot this Friday. Well, that's fantastic. I think it's very important for everyone to get vaccinated. And be sure to get both doses. That's
Yes.
also going to be kind of important to all of this. I say all of
Absolutely.
this for the same reason I was pleading with people last year to stay 6 feet apart, to stay home, to wear your goddamn mask, to wash your goddamn hands, and all of that, because this is a health hazard. And of course, we've got people insisting we're going to relax some of the mandates about wearing masks and all of that. And I'm like, this is the worst possible fucking time. Like, we're just starting to see, you know, the death rate going down, and it's not even all that much anymore. Or rather, the decrease of death is not very quick, and we're very, very much on the precipice of it going back up again. But, you know, people have made their decisions to be absolutely fucking stupid, so the best that I can ask is for the people who watch my channel to be responsible, to be the mature ones, and to get yourself vaccinated so as to limit the number of people conveying this disease. Yeah, I am mad at many different things. I'm fully vaccinated. Oof, did it. See, okay, hang on.
I
So the funny thing with me is, I'm immunocompromised. You know, I've got a couple of comorbidities that actually also make, if I get this, I would have some very serious consequences as a result of it. The first shot, I didn't notice anything. My arm was briefly sore for like 10 minutes after getting the shot. The second one, well, my arm hurt for a day or two afterwards, but otherwise, I was kind of a little bit more nauseated than usual, but beyond that, I was like perfectly fine. So, it just goes to show that these are kind of, you know, difficult to guess how this is going to play out, because if I remember, Griffin, it hit you kind of hard?
for the second dose,
Yeah.
like, not as hard as I was expecting. Like,
Okay.
because like it more hit Sean.
Yeah.
Pretty hard than anything. But for me, like, I think the worst of it was like a mild, basically like the equivalent of like a caffeine headache that lasted for a little bit, as well as a little bit of like some very mild cold symptoms, a bit of like, you know, runny nose stuff. But other than that, I got off fucking lucky.
Yeah. I also know another friend of ours, Luke, got hit pretty damn hard.
Yeah, as well as another friend, Marcy.
Yes. But our community tell and the amount of people who I have to tell that masks are still mandated in my state are mind-boggling. Well, I mean, there you fucking go. And then here's the... it was funny, too, because shortly before I ended up actually getting my second dose, I talked with my dad, who had mentioned that he'd had almost no symptoms whatsoever, like barely noticed anything. And I was like, whoa, wouldn't it be nice if those genetics worked in my favor? And as it turns out, genetics worked in my favor, I guess. So,
Yeah.
anyway, all of this serious talk aside, we should probably get to the heart of why we are here today.
Yeah.
Swap this
speaking of-
over.
Yeah. Would you be so kind as to share your screen?
I don't have the game open yet.
That would explain it. Apologies.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Gosh, where can I even put this thing that it wouldn't be obtrusive to the game? Well,
I mean,
there we
it's
go.
gonna be no matter what.
Yeah, no matter what. But I'm gonna get the game open. Y'all are gonna
Yeah.
see it pop up, and I will share it with you, Griffin, when I get the chance to.
Of
But,
course.
alright, just
Yeah.
pulling
But
up
while
the
you're
game.
setting up, should I tell why I had an interesting month so far?
Go ahead. Oh, yes, go ahead, yes.
Okay, so I work as a behavioral therapist for kids with learning disabilities. So my hours are sort of flexible depending on the needs of my clients. So one week I pretty much had no work because some of my clients had canceled for a while. My first Monday back, I was on my way out to my car to go out for a morning session. And I'd found that between that Monday and 2 Fridays prior to that, some absolute mad lad had gotten into the underground garage and propped my car up on a wooden block and stolen its catalytic converter. Understandably, I was concerned.
Little bit. And hello, Phoenix, welcome. You still with me? Uh-oh. Griffin? Is Discord having a problem? Discord's having a problem. It just died. Cool. Yeah, I'm sure you can hear me. I was just like, is the internet dying? Discord apparently decided to break on me just now, hence why there was suddenly no sound coming from Griffin. I was trying to share the game with him. Apparently trying to screen share over Discord made Discord go, no. Goodness. Oh dear, indeed.
Into an actual parking space, which made the loveliest sound, by the way, since the catalytic converter had been stolen.
Griffin?
I got into
Griffin.
the offices there, yes.
You didn't notice that my Discord completely crashed on you?
I did not. I got no notification. In fact, I don't think I can hear you right now.
Are you sure? Hello?
There you are. Yeah, because you faded out there.
Yeah, I was laughing.
Okay. How much did you miss?
Let's see. I think the last that we all heard was the propping up on a block and jacked it up to...
Really?
Yes!
Wow. Holy fuck.
And then I come back and you're still talking, and I'm like,
It's a lengthy story.
I know, but that's just
God.
it. I think we heard about the catalytic converter being stolen.
God, oh gee, wow. Okay, so then, I mean, at this point, should I just save it for later so we can get the game started?
Yeah, hopefully this game doesn't crash Discord again.
Okay.
You can.
God damn.
Like, I don't even know, man.
Wow.
Wow. That was not expected.
Because I was like halfway done with the story at that point. My God.
Excellent connection, it says.
So it claims. Let me get in here. Okay, now I'm seeing it.
Well, now it's stuck on buffering. Cool.
Oh God.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you certainly named the stream accurately.
God, I know. Well, I guess instead of going into the full detail, just outside of the stealing of the catalytic converter, I know that there was some other complications. There was forgetting to actually arrange for a ride after the car itself was being towed, so having to walk a significant distance. The fact that this was a popular item being stolen from Priuses right now, so they are so far out of stock that Griffin has to wait for them to get that back into stock before they can even repair his car.
Which will be a while. So I've got rental. The first rental I had apparently required maintenance, so I just put that in and got another one. And the current one I have is fine, but it was clearly not made for someone who is 6'2" or taller, so I have to crouch to get in and lean forward when I'm driving. So I'm basically in a clown car.
That's what you get. Well, you are a clown. I was gonna say that's what you get for being tall.
Yeah, yes, but I'm a tall clown. God damn it.
Yes, and why do you think that clowns are able to get into clown cars? The whole joke is
no bones.
You're confusing clowns with cats again.
What's the difference?
Makeup. Anyway.
Yeah.
I had a great month. I got a new jarb at Nando's and at Nando's and Start Monday. Hey, congratulations!
Nice.
To celebrate. So the premise of this today is that we're going to be playing Dragon Age 2. This is a game that I've actually been making my way through, but I didn't want to start... I wanted to play it today because I've had a rough week on top of everything else. And so I wanted to go to what I consider to be a comfort game. But my current playthrough is somewhere in Act 3 and fairly close to the end of the game. And if you're not familiar with this game, starting you somewhere in the middle of the end of it would be just confusing. So then I thought...
It's like starting the Hobbit story at Return of the King.
Yeah, well, no. You're talking about Lord of the Rings or actual The Hobbit?
I know what I said. It's like
See,
the whole story arcing from The Hobbit all the way through Lord of the Rings.
Okay, you just said The Hobbit, so I was like, that's not part of this. It's the same continuity, but it's not the same. But anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
All of that said, so I thought, well, maybe I could start a new playthrough, and then I thought, well, if I'm going to start a new playthrough, maybe I could play this in such a way that it's nothing like any of the choices that I would normally make. And so, when I mentioned this to Griffin, his idea was, how about if I make all of the moral choices? And I was like, well, that's guaranteed to not be anything like how I want to play this, so...
Yeah, I pretty much had the Grinch grin face on when I proposed this.
Uh-huh. So, Dragon Age 2, obviously, is a sequel to Dragon Age Origins. They had a very interesting naming scheme for each of the games. Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age 2, Dragon Age Inquisition, and thus far, Dragon Age 4. So, if you can't keep track of each of the numbers where they're supposed to fall, they tried to be innovative, and I'm not going to put them past them for trying to be creative, but it's also understandable if it's a bit confusing if you're not keeping track of it.
Yeah, just know that if the Dragon Age entry has an odd number, it's probably not going to put the number in the title.
Yeah, okay. So, if you have not seen Dragon Age Origins, that is kind of important when it comes to understanding the events. They do a brief summary at the start of this, but there's a lot of subtle nuance and little details that, influence the story, and little flags that can actually come up. Even things that you wouldn't necessarily think are flags can have an impact even on this game. I have a complete playthrough that I can import through, and I'm going to. Excuse me for that, goodness.
No worries.
But the main thing that you need to take away is that the first game takes place where a massive influx of a creature called Darkspawn is spreading up onto the surface world as part of a blight. And these are not just like deadly creatures, but they literally poison the world around them and can kill people with corruption, or basically magic zombies. I mean, what? Magic zombies versus what other kind of zombies?
Magic zombies versus Grey Jedi. That's basically what this game series amounts to.
No. I meant magic zombies versus what other kind of zombies?
I mean, looks at pretty much... Well, I mean, pretty much anything that isn't, like, traditional, like voodoo or, like, Creole sort of zombie. Like, anything with, like, bacterial infection or things like that.
Fungi.
Is probably what I call a non-magic zombie.
Well, it's all still in the realm of fiction for the most part, outside of the fungal stuff, which is largely only applicable to ants and stuff like that. Anyway. Yeah. But basically a blight swarmed over the world, swarmed over this one particular continent, actually, in the world of Thedas, which is the Dragon Age setting, literally. And you play a character that joins this group called the Grey Wardens, and they are pretty much the only real way to end a blight because of a specific quality that they have that makes them actually able to defeat what is known as the Archdemon, which a blight starts when an Archdemon, or a dragon, has been found by the Darkspawn under the ground, and then they go and try and seize the surface again. So, It's interesting, but your character goes through, makes all sorts of alliances, gets through to the end, and eventually defeats the Archdemon. And in some cases, the hero dies as a result of that, and sometimes the hero lives. I made choices canonically in the playthrough that I'm importing into this, as well as in the playthrough that I was gonna finish someday, maybe, where my hero survives.
I still can't get over like that time when we were like playing through DA1, and every time we attempted to go through the Grey Warden conversion, the character just died.
It just went to black and stopped.
Oh, that was the fucking best.
Well, that and square fire and a purple bitch.
And some purple bitch, yes. That whole fucking stream was just so like fucked over from being over modded. It was just coming apart at the seams.
It was because I didn't have it over modded. It's that I didn't delete certain conflicts within the mods, and that's where the problem was.
Gotcha.
But anyway, I'm gonna take a quick sip,
Hey.
and then I'm gonna start us on a new game where Griffin will start making relevant choices.
Relevant, she says.
The champion's rise to power is shrouded in mystery, but no one questions that the champion was at the heart of the events that would change the world. So, I normally default to playing a mage, and that's what I'm most comfortable with when it comes to combat style. However, there are options between warrior and rogue as well. Which do you think we should do, Griffin? I personally want to probably stick with a female character, just personal preference-wise.
Yeah. I mean, again, I've got no preference in that department. Plus, I'm admittedly torn between, because, you know me, I love my magics. But I'm also sort of leaning towards maybe a rogue.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I can do rogue.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I played a rogue in this, but I can try and figure it out.
Yeah, mainly because there's like only one other major rogue character that I can think of, and we'll be introduced to them soon enough. But I feel like it might come in handy for us to not necessarily rely on them as much to get access to treasure chests and things like that.
Yeah, that will in fact be very handy going forward. Huck, question. Why do you have such extended toes on your boots?
Listen, don't kink shame.
Don't have an answer to that? Okay, well, let's go forward with this then.
Sounds good.
And if the graphics seem outdated to you, screw you.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
This was over about 10 years ago. Yeah, about 10 years ago. I do appreciate the attempts to make this cinematic.
I've had gentler invitations.
I am Cassandra Pentecost, Seeker of the Chantry.
And just, what are you seeking?
The champion.
Which one?
You know exactly why I'm here. Time to start talking, dwarf. They tell me you're good at it.
What do you want to know?
Everything. Start at the beginning.
Well, once upon a time, there was the Maker.
Well, you see, when a mommy dwarf and a daddy dwarf love each other very much.
Also, tell me how the audio balance is, guys.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Gesundheit.
Scouts. We will have to fight them sooner or later. Then we make our stand here. Prepare yourself.
Yeah, game does sound like it's going to be a little bit quiet for the streaming purposes. Alright. So, I'm going to pause it for a sec and see what I can do to help boost it a little bit. I usually have the game turned down. Huh. Interesting.
Hmm?
Well, okay. Boosted the audio just a little bit. Hopefully that should be fine.
I see.
Also, this is not Bethany's usual shape, so to speak.
You know?
I'm just making that remark now. This is, after all, an exaggeration. Alright, so, playing a rogue. Let me get used to this.
Yeah.
Abilities are accessed with quick bar. Okay, I don't need a tutorial, but...
Don't air any hands in this, okay?
That's backstab.
I think it's an everything stab. He turned into mist.
Well, little bit. Allows you to leap across the scene here. Across the screen.
Forget drinking the Kool-Aid, you're turning them into the Kool-Aid.
I mean, that's what every good hero does. And
I mean, especially since this Kool-Aid is what the Grey Wardens need to drink.
woo, that's a lot of blood.
Yes. A diorama of disaster.
That was a very unnecessary flip there, Hawk.
I mean, it's a rogue.
There we go.
We can't keep this up forever.
Alright. I'm right beside you. Neither
I
can
would say
they.
neither can they.
Okay. For some reason, I think you're going to be leaning a lot towards the sarcastic responses, aren't you?
What was your first clue?
It's harder to riff a game when it's quiet. Can you guys hear it now? I do have the desktop audio technically turned down a little bit more. I think?
Let's see here. I'll give it a listen.
Like, I'll keep talking to see if there's a balance between them. Alright, I say I'm gonna keep talking, then I stop talking.
Oh yeah, but again, there's also the delay, so it pays to listen to that. It's a little quiet, game-wise.
It's probably gonna have to be that way, because I also need to be able to hear myself, and it will probably sound louder to me than it will to you guys, but probably better to have it be on the lower side as opposed to overpowering us. Anyway.
It looks like Shakira can hear it.
Okay. So, neither can they.
Perhaps we'll be lucky, and they'll run out of Darkspawn. Here they come. Shall I deal with them?
Shall she, or shall I?
I'd say this is looking to be a cocky person, so I'll deal with them.
Okay.
Allow me.
Besides, we'll want the mage to conserve her strength.
Experiment with other abilities. Okay. Alright. Well, let's try that. What's this one? Rush. Ooh. Well, that sounds like it's something that's gonna give me a rush.
I mean,
Alright, let's...
do the do, motherfucker.
Damn! Oh, I remember that being so good. And I was right.
Glad I went with a rogue.
Damn, Bethany.
Hell yeah.
It's this one. Evade. The rogue leaps backward. Alright, let's try that. Completely unnecessary flip. Turns out actually necessary.
I mean,
Stealth. I'm invisible now. What?
I am monochrome, therefore invisible.
Well, you have to be able to keep track of where you are.
Do you remember hearing about that, like, material that was, like, so black that it was pretty much, like, light would refract around it so that it was almost sort of like predator camouflage?
Yeah, Vanta Black.
Yeah, that shit's cool.
Dang!
Hell
Thanks,
yeah.
Bethany. That was a nice little assist there.
Oh, yeah.
This is so unnecessary. Let's do this. That's
God
just
damn.
fucking dissolving.
This is like Mortal Kombat levels of just. Oh my god. Oh boy.
What did you say? I was dramatically looking that way. So this game actually has a couple of different options in terms of what sibling you get depending on which class you pick at the beginning. Just to, I'm sure, maintain character balance, all things considered, like a class balance.
Oh yeah.
But the siblings are not interchangeable. So it'll be interesting to potentially play with Bethany this round. Alright, moving out of the way.
Yeah. Bethany, help would be greatly appreciated.
Well, yeah, you know. She's doing her best.
Oh yeah.
Alright. Let's try an explosive. Alright, cool.
Jesus, you knocked him on. Oh. Oh.
Get your head out of his ass.
I mean, what? I mean, again, whatever floats your boat, Hawk. You do you.
Excuse me, I'm busy here.
Yeah, I'm busy with your boyfriend. Wait your turn. Oh.
Kind of unnecessary there. There we go.
It slices. It dices. It emasculates most of your party members.
There's no end to them.
This game is just not quite violent enough. I know, right?
Oh shit, it's Rodan.
Well, better than Ghidorah.
Yeah.
Bullshit. That's not what really happened.
Does that not match the story you've heard, Seeker?
I'm not interested in stories. I came to hear the truth.
What makes you think I know the truth?
Don't lie to me! You knew her even before she became the champion.
Even if I did, I don't know where she is now.
Do you have any idea what's at stake here?
Let me guess. Your precious chantries fall into pieces and put the entire world on the brink of war. And you need the one person who could help you put it back together.
The champion was at the heart of it when it all began. If you can't point me to her, tell me everything you know.
You aren't worried I'll just make it up as I go?
Not at all.
You'll need to hear the whole story.
I do love that between the demo and the actual game, that line changed a lot.
What was it originally?
Well, I'll tell you after the exposition.
Oh, that's fair.
Or no, it's not exposition. Okay, originally in the demo, as it was released, you know, as is, you're not worried I'll make it up as I go along? Her response is like this long pause before saying, are you? And I think he says, you decide, or something like that. I just remember it being like, she's like, well, are you going to lie to me? And him being kind of like, shrug. And in this instance, it's very much, you know, not at all. Which makes me wonder what makes her more confident. Anyway.
I mean, probably the big fucking eye sun on her chest has something to do with it.
That has to do with stuff that comes about in Inquisition.
Yep.
Anyway, I'm gonna make a custom Hawk here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna be pretty much taking the reins on everything else, so I'm definitely all for letting you take charge of the aesthetic.
I have a handful of mods at play here.
Oh,
Yes, I can, in fact.
Oh Jesus! Well, I mean, so for context, There's a few familiar faces within this line. Oh, Jesus! It's like a fucking first grader wearing football hats.
I know. I know. Alright, I think I'm gonna go with this lady as a base. Skin complexion.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you can choose
Oh,
some options.
the Bethesda look. All that's missing are the floating teeth.
Jesus. That is an option to make your character somehow a tranquil, which would be actually kind of interesting for someone who's a rogue.
I mean, oh,
Various degrees of torture. Jesus Christ.
the champion before their coffee.
Why are you dirty? Like, what is this?
I think that's less dirty and more like the skin being pulled back. That's like emaciated.
Yeah. Well. Anyway. I'm gonna go with a hawk that actually looks,
Human.
Wow, I was gonna say 25, but okay. Alright.
That's a great start.
I know, right? Right, I can probably actually see what blush it is. Why did they include these colors? I don't know anyone. I mean, some people do, and it's good to have variety, but like they have so many colors that just don't make any lick of sense.
I mean,
They
I
even
can
have
see
that
Cora
with
pulling off some a shade of green.
Yeah. Anyway, let's see lip color. For a rogue, what makes sense?
I mean, for a rogue, probably something on the darker side, so it wouldn't be as standoutish. I mean, that's my opinion, though.
This is a pretty fairly neutral lip color, I guess.
Agreed.
Character creation can be really bad for the neck.
Yeah.
Hey, Luke.
Hey!
Not our Luke, I don't think.
Uh,
Doesn't type like him.
Yeah.
But I say our Luke as if we have a possession of him.
I mean, for better or for worse.
Alright, so this one's pretty good. I think I'm gonna actually make it a bit more on the intenser side.
Okay.
I'm gonna kick up the intensity for the eyeshadow just so that I can actually see it while picking between all of them. Actually, you know what? I think I want to go with like a nice little dark eyeshadow.
I was gonna say, make their eyes look sunken.
Well, not sunken, but
Yeah.
eyeshadow intensity. Alright, let's see.
High octane action.
I know, right? I think that's probably pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually change the blush color too. Let's see if I can darken it a little bit more.
You have so many colors. 400 colors.
Stop! So, should I have her have a tattoo?
Ooh, I'd like to see the options.
I think I have a lot of them. Some of them are, they're elf-specific, so I'm probably not going to go with the elf-specific ones. Or the dwarf-specific ones, if I can.
I believe some pretty good options. Oh, I mean, that Dia de los Muertos look.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
That's...
Ooh.
These are elf-specific ones, though. Again,
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to do them because they have connections with the elves.
That's fair. I was really digging like one of like because like some of these specifically are going really well with the armor. Ooh, that's an interesting one.
Actually reminds me a lot of Fenris's look.
Huh.
Let's see. It's... No, stop. Do the one I want to show.
I was gonna say like some of these are good. Like, ooh, man. Wow, good choices.
I mean, I kind of like this one.
I mean, it's your call.
All right, so what color should it be?
I imagine maybe on the sooty side of things. Like maybe, again, something to match up with the armor.
Well, because we're gonna get the chance to have some custom art outfits as well, but
True.
I just have to run some scripts. But
Ooh, maybe something that actually matches the hair. Maybe on like
Well-
the more gold side of things.
okay, if we're gonna go with that, let's actually pick hair.
Oh,
We don't
okay.
have to stick with this hair color.
That's true.
Character creation or next.
Yeah. Character creation, also known as Episode 1.
So they have some where they brought in from the last game, then they have some that they came specific to this one, and then I downloaded a fuck ton of them. It's an option.
Yeah. Ooh, I mean, I think that works for like the sort of like roguish, like, because either like something with short hair or a hair tied back, I think would work best aesthetically.
Yeah.
Again, just my
Look,
take.
it's my hair.
You know what? You
I
ain't
could
wrong.
make a Lorelei one,
God.
but I also have so many. I have so many hairstyles, guys. I am not particularly skilled at modding.
Look, it's the magician's hair.
A lot of these just don't work because, again, they're not structured around a character wearing clothing.
Yeah. That sounds like BioWare.
No, that's not. These are modded hairstyles, as in a person went through and coded these.
I get you.
So some of them do work.
That one looks like fucking Tide Pod Chan.
Look. Some of these I just like. It's just a shame that they can't be responsive to, like, the clothing that you're wearing.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's actually one that I recently put on the one in my current playthrough.
Interesting.
So, gonna do some work with a stream on. So glad I caught it. DA2 makes me feel young. It makes me, ironically, feel old. This came out 10 years ago. I was already an adult at the time that it came out. Some of these would not be great for, like, this... This is interesting. It's just, like, it's a little too top-heavy for me.
Yeah.
And I have so many in here that it's so easy to quickly noom right past one.
Yeah.
Long hair. Again,
Yeah.
I don't think having it loose or down would work.
Probably not.
This is cute.
Yeah.
This is very practical.
Yeah.
I do like it, but
Yeah.
just looking at the other options here. Probably not going to go for one of the longer ones.
Yeah.
Some people knew what they were doing when they were designing these. I will say that some of these are also designed for people that want to have them for cutscenes. You know, I like this. I might go back to this, like, later.
Yeah.
Like, by the third act or so, or something like that. After she has a chance to quote-unquote settle down. But when she is still poor, not so much.
Ooh.
This is interesting.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of digging this one.
The only thing is that, once again, because it's so long, it will have interesting
Yeah.
intersections when the actual gameplay starts. Again, this is nice, but
God. The curse of the ponytail.
this sounds like... come on. What are you doing, you stupid fuck?
walking out of the barber shop like, you ruin everything.
Ooh. I really like this.
I mean,
I think it's still tied up. It's got its elements of like cute little fun curliness,
oh yeah.
but it still looks like someone who has just been running around flipping and doing all sorts of stupid shit.
Like, this is the soccer mom, like, who just, like, who just got out of the fucking van with, like, 28-year-olds after the big game and just wants to take a fucking nap.
I mean, I'm trying to go for not soccer mom here. It came out when I was 9. I remember watching you play it. Jesus. Came out when you were 9. It came out when I was 25. And hello, Zach. Welcome to the stream. I do like this style. What do you think?
I think it works.
All right. So, color. Do you want to stick with blonde, or do you want to go through a myriad of other colors that we have available to us?
Your call. I imagine like something maybe on the sort of like faded side of things would sort of work best.
As I pick the most vivid color, I immediately go, well, I mean, let's make it even neon red.
Jesus fuck. Now it's Ariel red.
That's Ariel red. I actually used to dye my hair this color.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning that.
I'm just looking at these different options here.
Yeah.
I do like that shade of red, but...
Huh.
Kind of purplish, and that even matches the tattoo presently.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's got an interesting quality to it.
I'll have to keep that one in mind.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh god, now we're going into the, like, sort of onyxy, like, colors. Or not onyxy, but, like, just really, really dark. That might work for a rogue, all things considered.
I do like this. I do like this color. What do you think?
I'm down for it if you are.
Yeah, I think so.
And again, still kind of matches the tattoos.
Well, let's pick eyebrow. Okay. I think that works.
Right?
Okay, now that we have the hair, let's pick the eyes. And we can actually pick from a few different shapes as well.
Yeah.
Only a handful of them, though. I kind of like... Let's see. Very serious.
That one's sort of like, ooh, look. Yeah. Ooh.
It's like this person is just getting wide-eyed as they go.
Yeah.
I kind of like this.
Like, these eye options are the various stages of grief.
Which is fitting, given what this game is about.
Yeah.
Alright, let's play around with that a little bit. Alright, so we've got a few different options for eye color. And by a few, I mean a lot.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think we should do for it?
Maybe something either on the... Ooh. Because part of me is, like, looking at some of those grays.
I mean, a gray would kind of work.
Yeah.
There are kind of different kinds of grays, too.
Yeah.
Very blue gray.
Yeah.
Bright green. Do you want to have her be, touched by the Mako?
You know
Oh
what?
my
Ooh,
god.
Wow. That, I think, kind of works.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
It's very vivid.
Yeah, kind of like cat eyes in the dark.
I dig it. This is a very interesting character already.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Alright, let's see. Brow depth.
Yeah, let's give her a bit of an unga bunga sort of
This really doesn't change much.
Barely noticeable.
I know, right? Meanwhile, brow height.
Also, just like the various stages of grief.
Sort of like a default expression. This kind of looks very serious, but
Yeah.
knowing that we're going to be playing her sarcastic just makes me laugh. So, going back to skin, I like the color, but I want to see if something else doesn't work a little bit better with the hair color combination. Red does feel like it goes.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Green,
Yeah. Save it for Christmas.
Hmm.
You know what?
Kind of
At
like
that
a...
point, it almost seems like a continuation of the hair.
Alright, so got a dark.
I'm digging it.
Alright, I think this actually works really well. Although, again, the purple... I don't know, like, it's not directly in line with it, but it somehow fits aesthetically.
Yeah, it's like almost a runoff of the color from the hair onto the skin.
Sort of. Anyway, I know this is what the most important part of the game is, and of course, actually, we can change this later as necessary.
I will say it's the most control you're gonna have over this playthrough.
So let me know, like, a basic shape that you think works.
I mean, they're all sort of.
They're more noticeable from the profile.
Yeah.
I kind of like this. It's more, I hate to say hawkish, but, like, it's more pointed.
Yeah.
Which I feel fits in fairly well with, like, you know, the rogue type. I gotta say that it's very interesting creating a character this way, because already visually she's interesting.
A lot more distinct.
I like this.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna mess too much with the nose. I think it's fine as it is.
Yeah.
Jaw. All right, cheekbone depth. Do we want to give her
Ooh.
sharp cheekbones or
I think that works. Sharp.
sharp cheekbone width? So do we want them pointed out or?
Let's go out. Make the enemy know that her bone structure is not to be underestimated.
She will cut you with her cheeks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gonna slim things up a little bit more here. Chin.
Coming in at you like a hammerhead shark.
Let's see.
The fucking Garchomp. Fucking Dragon Age.
She is very striking.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh. I mean,
What do you think?
I think it works.
This is a hawk that does not fuck around.
That is the look of, I'm a bad bitch, you can't kill me.
I dig.
Yeah.
Alright, portrait. I can't say that I particularly care one way or the other, but...
Yeah.
Camera distance, move left, move right. Let's give her... How about...
Maybe like an amber, sort of.
that?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. Alright, so... What do we want to name her?
Let's see.
Out of all of the weapons you could use, cheekbones are definitely an interesting choice.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, when all else fails.
Because I'm thinking something strong. Like, I have to look something up real quick.
I have an idea. How about Ooh, you know what'd be funny? Peregrine Hawk.
You know, it's funny because I was thinking of something almost rhymes with that. I was thinking maybe Brienne. Like, after the badass woman knight from Game of Thrones.
Oh.
I mean, I know we both are not very fond of Game of Thrones, but I do dig that fucking character.
I suppose. I know nothing about it. I think I don't want to necessarily monopolize choices here, but I kind of like the idea of peregrine hawk, both because it's two different types of birds of prey.
You know what? I think it works. Again, this is the most control you're going to have from here on out.
So, peregrine hawk. Just making sure I get the spelling right. Peregrine hawk. And I think peregrine even works for, like, a roguish type character. Like, it just kind of sounds like one, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Events of Dragon Age Origins is I actually get to import a game as I want to. I have a lot of Evelyns to choose from. Let's see. Oh, which one is this? The Nest, Senior Mage Quarters. Alright, let's see. Camp, Nest, Tamgarak, the Nest. So which one of these is further along? Let's,
I mean, time played might be a clue.
okay, so that's somewhere in the Dragonborn's ways. Finding might lead you one step closer to Morrigan. So now I need to look for the farthest along play one. Okay, so that's the one that I need. I think. One step closer to Morrigan. So yeah, this is the correct one. Alright. Autosave the Nest. Dragonborn's ways. The Nest. That's the one that I need because that's the furthest one along. Let's look at what the plot summary says. There it is. So this gives you an idea of all of the various choices and the various flags that you can see. Okay. Then, yeah, that's the one I'm going to go with.
Right. Let's ruin it.
Congratulations. This saved game imported successfully. Correct.
Congratulations. A winner is you.
All right. We ready to get started?
Let's start the quest of Peregrine.
Let's see what she looks like in daylight. I'm gonna go with the casual because it's me. I'm a casual gameser.
Yes.
All right.
The Blight have been unleashed on Ferelden. Darkspawn poured out of the wilds, clashing against the army at the ruins of Ostagar. The battle was a disaster. King Kalen died on the field with his men, betrayed by his most trusted general. Unopposed, the Horde marched on the village of Lothering. The village burned, and many innocents were slaughtered. The champion's family barely escaped in time.
They cast Varric so well.
Absolutely. Hell yeah.
I think that's all of them.
For the moment, make us save us. We've lost it all. Everything your father and I built.
She looks nothing like the rest of her family. Let's just say she takes after her dad.
Yeah. At this point, I'm thinking, like, look, I know shit sucks, but we gotta get going. We're wasting time.
Alright, so we're being aggressive right now?
I mean, when there's a fucking zombie horde, like, I can understand, like, being upset, but we gotta keep shit moving.
We have to get out of here while we still can. Yes. You're right. We should have run sooner. Why did we wait so long?
Why are you looking at us? We've been running since Ostagar.
We need to get out of here. Speaking of running, or enough!
I think we need to get out of here.
Listen, you two. The Darkspawn could be on us any minute. Please, listen to your sister.
Then let's go. Lead on.
Now you may notice that bro here
Whoa.
summon
Hi,
a
Magic
dog.
Thumb.
You cutting your own hair there?
I mean, maybe she didn't approve of the do you chose.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
I'm going to actually, and now that we're here, I am going to check on, if I can, I'm gonna check on the mods just to see which outfit I might actually want to throw on her. Because, I mean, I like the default, but I want to give her something better. Because it's me. I'm gonna do what I want. Don't you me?
I'm just saying, like, it's one of the few little things you're allowed at this point.
Fuck you, but you're not wrong. Let's see. Ooh, actually, this one might be interesting. So, let's see.
Also, do these new quests ever fucking end?
There's a lot of them.
Yeah. Congratulations, you unlocked a fucking Rolodex.
Let me double check what the script on this is. Okay. Alright.
If it's the blue fucking, like, cleavage dress, I swear. We need to hurry! Shuffles feet in the sand.
Alright. There we go.
Uh-huh.
I mean, what?
And I just, like, of course it's blue.
Well, I picked a lot of blue, but okay.
I mean, I ain't complaining. Alright, so.
Hang on.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it not... Oh, it did. It just didn't tell me. Okay, I've got two of them now, I guess. What do you think of that? It's
I think
black.
that works.
It's black. Like my soul! Actually, I mean, I do like this. So, and I love that it even kind of informs you what kind of relationship you're supposed to have with your siblings.
I guess, like, this is the relationship of, I got everything, you got nothing.
Is that Thumb Jr.?
I mean, it could very well be.
And do I have the option to give her a short bow. Do we want to stick with knives for now?
I think, I dig the knives.
Okay. I like the knives, too. We're gonna have plenty of ranged characters, too. It's so better to have a melee one.
Be careful.
Alright, I'm gonna do a quick thing here.
Mm-hmm.
Gameplay. Well, I do need that. Okay, what? I don't need tutorials. Okay. I don't need tutorials, it's all telling me. So, do we want to name this Thumb Jr. when we get the chance, or what do we want to...
Either Thumb Jr. or Toe. It's gonna be one of those.
Alright, they've got that one. Good job, Mother.
I'll deal with it.
You actually build up more momentum, and you can actually end up delivering a critical as a result of a long chain of attacks.
Nice.
One of the things that they offer here. Dead refugee. The weathered
Take
bow.
all. Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna make those decisions?
Give them nothing, but take from them everything.
I'm going to take all of the items that I want to. So this is more just like an aesthetic thing at this point.
Ooh. One of each?
We don't... Yeah, because we don't have a second one for the, hunter's skinning knife.
That's fair.
Do we want to have them match? Because they're not really any different
I
between
dig
them.
the asymmetry. I'm not gonna lie.
You would. Alright.
Yeah,
Hey,
I mean,
Mother.
normally... Oh, go ahead.
We can survive much more of this.
Okay.
If we keep flapping our gums, we won't.
You say that.
Wait. Where are we going?
Fucking anywhere.
Away from the Darkspawn. Where else?
And then where? We can't just wander aimlessly.
We have to stay together? Why not? Or first things first.
Probably first things first.
We stay alive. That's the only thing we need to worry about right now.
Agreed.
We go to Kirkwall. Kirkwall? Are you sure that's wise? There's a lot of Templars in Kirkwall.
She looks nothing like the rest of
I
her
know that.
family.
I know.
We
I
still
love
have family there. And an estate. Then we need to get to Guarin and take ship.
If we survive that long, I'll just be happy to get out of here.
Notice how Bethany is not nearly so endowed as she was in the preview.
it. I mean, again,
Varric.
Varric knows what he likes.
Varric was exaggerating.
Okay, I love this setup. Huh.
You will not have him.
Speaking of badass bitches.
Have you?
That feeling when your wife is absolutely the top.
I mean... Alright, let's go save the top.
And the bottom.
Well, I mean... Priorities.
Stop squirming, Wesley. You'll make it worse.
They just splattered him with blood.
Your distance.
Yeah. Get used to that, by the way, audience.
Huh. Darkspawn and now a Templar. I thought they all abandoned Lothering.
The Spawn are clear in their intent, but a mage is always unknown. The Order dictates.
Wesley.
That woman is an apostate. The Order dictates.
Dear, they saved us. The Maker
I missed
understands.
them. He was a good boy.
Of course.
I am Aveline Valenne. This is my husband, Sir Wesley. We can hate each other when we're safe from the Horde.
So I'm guessing we're going to want to investigate a little more.
If you like. Let's say we go with... Well, what the fuck you guys doing here?
A strange time to be hunting apostates. Isabella's left with the Chantry priest.
Her teeth are stained.
I was traveling to Denerim on business for the Order, but I had to turn south when I heard of Ostagar.
Bad luck and judgment brought us together here before the attack.
The nice Templar has been convinced to postpone his hunt for illegal mages. So let's not dwell upon it, shall we?
Wise girl.
Do we want to ask anything else?
I mean, at this point, can you be trusted?
You're quick to offer your allegiance.
Another blade between us and the Darkspawn? Yes, please.
So long as the Horde is their first concern.
My duty is clear, but that is for another day, if we are granted that opportunity.
We will be fine. We all will.
Did we want to ask the last one, or...?
I mean, I think we can see how the fuck they survived.
Okay. Can
The
he
wife.
keep up? He's gentle for a mage hunter, or keep him away from my sister.
I mean, I think at this point, you know, in character, she's like, can this fucker keep up? He's sort of not looking so hot.
How bad is that wound?
I think my sword arm's a loss, even with healing.
Then you will have mine, as always.
For now, we move with you. North is cut off. We barely escaped the main body of the Horde.
Then we're trapped. The wilds are to the south. That's no way out.
We have no choice. The Darkspawn have us fenced in. We go south.
What, Zelda? Really? Sorry, I'm sure you heard that.
Not so much actually this time.
Oh, Zelda beans! Zelda beans! Wah, you say? I'm sorry, I have...
For the uninitiated, Zelda is one of her cats.
Something that you're not going to stop because it's reflexive for me is looting everything.
That's fair.
I want to make sure that we have enough money, too.
Also, I just realized the perfect name for a new dog.
What?
Pinky. His name is Pinky.
What about Binky?
What
is it with me and naming things after that?
I mean...
There's actually a game, sorry, Jesus Christ. There's a sword in this game called Binky's Comfort.
Well, I mean, I'll think about it. It's strung between Pinky and Binky at this point.
That is actually a very interesting flair for the coat. I like that.
Yeah. Also, these guys look like they come from a fucking Mortal Kombat game. I think it's the fucking, like, head things they got on. Pinky, you gonna pitch in, buddy? No? Okay.
He is. Did you miss?
I can't believe the Darkspawn have reached this far so quickly.
I can't believe it's not Butter.
I can't believe it's Wesley.
Yeah. Well, if he keeps that up, he might not be for long.
Ba-ba-bow!
What is it? I don't know. In my mind, I heard that as like the sort of reading rainbow. Ba-dum-bum.
That was in fact what I was referencing.
Awesome. I'm so happy. I love how you just yeet a fucking bomb and then kick it. It's so fucking good.
Alright, you guys got that.
Yeah. Hey, Tweedledummer, I hate to rain on your parade, but, plans have changed.
Alright, I'm trying to get Aveline to actually level up before I actually give everyone their level up.
Yeah.
In case you're wondering why I'm taking so long.
It's fine.
Guys, don't block me in. Let me out of this box!
Let me out of this box!
Also, I just got an amulet. You know what? I mean, for now, anyway. I will indeed pop that on.
Yeah.
Pinky good pupper already.
Hell
I guess
yeah.
people are going along with Pinky. Oh, yes, Pinky and Peregrine.
Fuck yeah!
I like that.
Pinky and Peregrine.
Pinky and Peregrine.
One is a genius, the other's got swords.
This is just horrifying, by the way.
Yeah, this is just some, like, fucking Hellraiser bullshit.
Yeah, you good there? I just kill Steeled Carver. Nope! It just sounded like someone just went, nope!
I'll deal with it.
Will you? Alright, now everyone's...
Before they regroup, we must press towards the wilds.
Yeah, that is in fact the plan.
Zelda, what you doing? Zelda.
Being a distraction.
And now, which I couldn't do as a mage in my usual playthrough.
That should do it.
Hell fucking yes.
Cool. And now, I can wear a helmet.
Ooh.
It's not going to show up in the actual game because I intentionally
Modded that.
modded that out. Zelda, what are you doing?
Oh, that apparently.
How does an amulet give you more physical damage? I guess you're not supposed to think about it. Zelda.
Yeah.
Zelda.
I mean, I'll answer that in one well, 2 sentences. It's magic. I ain't gotta explain shit.
What? What's the matter? What's gotten into you? Zelda? Hey. What are you doing? Are you okay? What's the matter? Why are you being so vocal?
Also, in case you're wondering what the fuck I'm referencing, I'll just put this in the chat.
What is Zelda moaning about? I don't know. She's just on top of the computer right now.
Yeah. She's moaning because she's spoiled.
Well, yes. Let's give a little more to dexterity. Dexterity gives us more oomph
Yeah.
with the power.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Alright, let's give myself a couple of abilities here. There we go. Zelda. Zelda. Really? Are you melting?
I mean, cats are liquid.
They are. Oh, you got more points. Okay.
Yeah.
Zelda? Sweetie? What are you doing? Did you consider not? Alright. Well. Let's see, actually, since I can't be a healer. Well. Nah, I think I'm going to continue to double down on her doing this. If you're wondering why the trees look so different in my game, by the way, as opposed to your standard game, I have a mod that gives you more options.
Huh.
And let's give you a couple of options there. Good job. Cool. Aveline. Aveline.
Aveline, I can fly.
Aveline, she can touch the sky.
She can touch the sky.
She'll chop its head off, and she'll save the day. Does Zelda need treats, pets? I've been petting her. Yes. Really.
She's a
Zelda.
fucking chatterbox today.
I am touching her. Zelda. Zelda! What are you doing? Okay, come on. There you are. Come on. That's a baby.
It is, in fact.
Zelda! She's right by the mic in case you can't tell.
Oh, yes.
Zelda. Okay, come on.
You are very much correct, Shikarian. Zelda has opinions, too.
Oh, she absolutely does. Continuously and forever. Alright. You know what I should probably do?
Yeah, might be a good idea.
Let's just do that. And she's back up on... Stop hitting the thing with your tail! Anyway. Zelda
Zelda has
being
grown impatient.
Calamity Ganon will destroy us all, and Laura's like, baby!
Yeah.
I mean, not
Yeah.
really a surprise.
Round 2,
yes.
motherfucker.
Technically, it's round 1.
Soulless bastards.
Oof.
You know? You kind of walked into that one.
So, she just keeps cutting her hair. Anyway. When you choose a mage, that happens to Bethany. But when you choose anything but a mage, that's what happens to Carver.
I mean, it makes sense. You want someone on melee and want someone on distance, so you gotta even things out. Oh,
Don't-
I mean, oh no. Carver.
Well, that thing's dead now.
Uh-huh.
Really quickly, too.
Yeah. Now we gotta kill off the babies.
There's a lot of them, too.
Uh-huh. You've reached the fucking nest.
Something like that. That's a lot of them dying pretty quickly. I work fast.
Yeah.
Carver, wake up. The battle's over. We're fine.
I'm sorry, mistress. Your son is gone.
No. These things will not take Carver.
He died bravely. This is no time to mourn. Or pull yourself together.
I mean, again, realistically speaking, I think we gotta go with this is no time to mourn.
Okay.
We got shit to
Maybe
do.
we should grieve when we're safe.
Don't speak to me of grief. This is your fault. How could you let him charge off like that? Your little brother. My little boy.
Pretty sure he was an adult and could make his own decisions.
18.
Carver wouldn't want his sacrifice to be meaningless.
Allow me to commend your son's soul to the Maker, mistress.
F for that guy, says Phoenix.
And ashes we become, Maker, give this young man a place at your side. Let us take comfort in the peace he has found in eternity.
I mean, it's better this way. He spends the rest of the game being resentful of you no matter what you do.
Yeah.
So he could just go ahead and sacrifice himself nobly to save our mother. Who then goes on to blame us.
Uh-huh.
And continues to do so for, like, the rest of the game. I really like this look for Hawk.
Oh, yeah.
She came out really cool in this design.
Yeah. So at this point, I'm thinking that's the best we can give.
Okay?
Our lives are more valuable to him than our prayers. Let's go.
Flames. We're too late.
Oh, yeah!
On your guard!
It almost sounded like the fucking... like, understand! Understand!
Yep.
No end to them.
Shades of the past. Oh, Rodan came back for the sequel.
Sucks for that guy.
Yeah? Fuck this one guy in particular.
I just realized... who else has that eye color in this game?
I mean... Flame recognize flame. That might actually explain some of this, actually.
Well, what have we
I mean, it's slightly brighter, but...
Yeah.
It used to be we never got visitors to the wilds, but now it seems they arrive in hordes.
Thank you for saving us, nice trick, or come no closer!
I think I'll go with nice trick.
Impressive. Where'd you learn how to turn into a dragon?
Perhaps I am a dragon. If so, count yourself lucky. The smell of burning darkspawn does nothing for the appetite. If you wish to flee the darkspawn, you should know you are heading in the wrong direction.
Wait. You can't just leave us here.
Can I not? I spotted a most curious sight. A mighty ogre vanquished. Who could perform such a feat? But now my curiosity is sated and you are safe for the moment. Is that not enough?
I mean, Janeway raises a point.
Yes.
Let's see. I think we're gonna go with... well, I think as much as I am tempted by I want to be a dragon, think we'll probably go with we need to get out of here.
So you're building an interesting mix of... This is actually an interesting mix of all of them.
Yeah.
We're not building towards a particularly flavored hawk as of yet, although you've chosen more diplomatic options than the other ones.
Yeah, I'm making them context sensitive.
We won't be able to get through the Darkspawn on our own.
They are everywhere, or soon will be. Where is it you plan to run to?
We need to get to Kirkwall, in the Free Marches.
Kirkwall? My, but that is quite the voyage you plan. Your king will not miss you,
Our home was just destroyed. He has no opinion, or he is dead.
I mean, King will not miss you. Who exactly is she referring to?
King Kalen.
Oh, well, that guy is fucking dead, so he has no opinion.
So he has no opinion?
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll miss his life more.
Oh, you I like. Hurtled into the chaos, you fight, and the world will shake before you.
99
pardon?
respect earns.
Is it fate or chance? I can never decide. It appears fortune smiles on us both today. I may be able to help you yet.
We could use the help, just like that? Or how can we trust you?
I think I'll go with just like that.
There must be a catch.
There is always a catch. Life is a catch. I suggest you catch it while you can.
Maybe we shouldn't trust her. I don't even know what she is.
I know what she is. The Witch of the Wilds.
Some call me that. Also Flemeth. Asha Belinar. An old hag who talks too much. Does it matter? I offer you this. I will get your group past the Horde in exchange for a simple delivery to a place not far out of your way. Would you do this for a Witch of the Wilds?
I mean, let's see what the fucking delivery is. Investigate. What will we be facing?
How much trouble will this delivery be exactly?
About as much trouble as my saving your lives not 5 minutes ago.
We need to know the details. You got me there, or we would have been fine.
I think you got me there.
Good point.
If you knew my daughter, you'd know how seldom I hear that.
I love that now you're leaning more towards sarcastic Hawk, which I love.
Well, again, I think now that she knows, she likes sarcastic Hawk. Let's stay on her good side. Let's go with, why not go yourself?
You would go through all that trouble to have something delivered.
I have an appointment to keep. It is far more convenient this way. Happily, you're not without your own needs.
And then, do we want to clarify Witch of the Wilds?
Yeah, sure.
What is a Witch of the Wilds exactly?
A chastened legend. Witches that steal children.
Bah, As if I had nothing better to do.
You do, though.
You're an apostate?
Yes, just like you.
Let's see. I might say we could use more fire.
You don't want to ask what the rest of the people think? It doesn't actually change, like, our options here.
Let's see.
Do we care what the others think?
At this point, Hawk seems to be nutting up and taking charge, so...
We could use more fire?
Yeah.
Roast a few more, Darkspawn. I'll do anything you want.
Sadly, my charity is at an end. There is a clan of Dalish elves near the city of Kirkwall. Deliver this amulet to their keeper, Marathari. Do as she asks with it, and any debt between us is paid in full. Before I take you anywhere, however, there is another matter.
No, leave him alone.
What has been done to your man is within his blood already.
I like the sympathy in her face.
She's right.
Yeah.
Aveline. I can feel the corruption inside me.
So do we want to ask what corruption, or...
I think we know pretty much which one, but I think we might say it sounds pretty fucking bad.
Sounds bad?
Yeah.
This corruption is the permanent sort, I take it.
The only cure I know of is to become a Grey Warden.
And they all died at Ostagar.
Not all, but the last are now beyond your reach.
Aveline, listen to me.
You can't ask me this. I won't.
Please. Corruption is a slow death. I can't.
I do like that outfit for Hawk, I'll say that much.
Yeah.
So, just even to give a little bit of context for this, you can tell Aveline what to do. You can kill Wesley yourself, or you can say that because this is her husband, the choice is up to her.
I was leaning towards it's up to you, because while I am taking charge of things, I don't know this person, I don't know what they've been through, it's up to them.
Okay.
He's your husband, Aveline. I can't decide his fate.
Be strong. My love.
I've heard a lot of people complain about blades piercing the armor, but if you know anything about armor from this time, they are meant to deflect as much as possible, but they're more about, like, if you're doing, like, a sidelong slash, but they can be absolutely susceptible to a piercing motion, more so than you would think.
There's also nooks and crannies you can sort of weave into if you're up close with a small blade specifically.
Yeah. Like in the armpit. If you get something in the armpit, that's a good way to kill someone.
Oh, yeah.
Without
Good arteries
an
there.
end, there can be no peace. It gets no easier. Your struggles have only just begun.
Flemeth,
I thought that might interest you.
you expect me to believe a myth swooped out of the wild to save the champion?
Oh, come now, Seeker. Do I need to recite the tale of the Warden as well?
No. Perhaps I shouldn't be surprised to hear of her involvement.
I liked my version better, too.
What else aren't you telling me then? Did she send someone with the champion?
In a matter of speaking.
So it's true. Continue. But if you tell me they all flew to Kirkwall on a dragon...
Nothing so fanciful, I assure you.
Not yet, anyway.
The witch kept her word and got them to Guaran, where they took ship. They sailed north across the waking sea, lashed by terrible storms. 2 weeks they spent in that dark hold, packed in with the fearful and the desperate. And then they saw it. Kirkwall, the city of chains. Long ago it was part of the Imperium, Slaves coming from far and wide to work the quarries. Now, it's a free city, but I use the word loosely. Sail through those black cliffs and you'll see what the slaves of old saw. The gallows, welcoming you. That's where their ship landed, with all the rest.
Hell of a welcome wagon.
I know, right? I really do like this look for her. Like, I know I keep saying as such, but like, between the outfit design and the hair and everything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, this is a welcoming sight.
Uh-huh.
I love that almost all of the music in this game is basically a minor key.
I mean, given the subject matter...
There's not... I don't think there's ever a single song in this entire thing that's like a major key, and if there is, I can't think off the top of my head.
They're not letting anyone into the city.
What? That can't be.
It's true. Look at them all.
It's not a lot, actually, all things considered.
They're Fereldans, just like us. Fleeing for their lives.
And they would throw us all back to the wolves. Unbelievable.
So...
It's totally believable.
It's totally believable. Yeah, for some reason, you and the sarcastic fit really well.
I'm only
Yeah, I mean,
surprised
yeah.
they let us dock. We need to find Gamlen. Our family has always been highly regarded in Kirkwall. He can do something, I'm sure of it. Let's hope he received your letter.
The guards seem to be reporting to that man. Perhaps we should speak to him.
And so, Aveline Friendship plus 10, that was actually, because you said, let's give this a different name.
Because I left it up to her?
Yeah, because you left it up to her. She actually can disapprove if you tell her what to do, or especially if you do it yourself.
Yeah.
But I love this outfit. I'm sorry. I chose my mods carefully.
Oh, yes.
How will we find anyone in this place?
A phone book?
Horrified to see this.
And I know that these are outdated graphics, but I do still love the design that they put into this. Anyway.
Yeah, well, graphic snobs can go fuck themselves.
Get back to the crowd, you lot. Trying to bully your way through won't get you into Kirkwall any faster.
But you do intend to let us in.
We have enough poor of our own in the free marches. We don't need you refugees piling up here like a middens heap.
Gee, this feels especially relevant today.
Uh-huh. Let me see here. I mean, the first thing is what will happen to us.
Why aren't we being allowed into the city?
If it were up to me, I'd bar the gates and let you find somewhere else to beg. But it's not. Some of you lot might have legitimate business in the city. So Knight Commander Meredith wants us to sort you all out. Most of you are getting right back on your ships, though.
Do we want to ask?
Yeah, might as well.
That's a Templar title. Why would a city guardsman answer to the Templars?
We don't answer to her, but she's the power in Kirkwall. Don't know what would happen if the Viscount went against something she wanted, but he's sure never taken that chance.
Okay.
At this point, because we know it's Kirkwall at this
Okay.
point, so tell us who to talk to.
There must be someone in charge I can speak with.
Okay, Karen.
Yes, yes.
Oh my god.
Story.
That would be a hell of a playthrough. A Karen Hawk.
I'm just here to keep you refuse from climbing the walls.
I'm not doing that now. I refuse to let you do that. But, let me speak with your superior.
I mean...
Oh my god, a Karen. A Karen Hawk that's a warrior.
You know, I'm liking this already.
Was Wesley based out of the Lothering Chantry? I don't remember ever seeing him there.
He served elsewhere. He was coming to find me at Ostagar. Were you familiar with every Templar in Lothering?
How else was I supposed to know when to run and hide?
I mean, that is a good question.
Yeah.
What do you want? Money? I can pay you. Where are we supposed to go?
I don't know, sir, but there's nothing for you here.
Let us through, you flaming blighter. We're not staying in this pit.
Then get back on your ship and leave. Kirkwall has no more room for refugees.
The ship's already gone. We've paid good coin to get here.
You and half of Ferelden. There's nothing I can do. The city is full.
Guard told me differently.
One of the guards said you were letting in people who have business in the city.
That's right. We've seen you let lots of people through.
Citizens and merchants that make it worth our while. I'll assume that you don't have any more coin than these gentlemen.
Give it half a chapter.
Ferelden's in for months. You're too late. There's no more room.
But we have family here. Doesn't that mean anything?
I've heard claims like that 1,000 times already, trust me. We'll find some ships to take you all back to Ferelden, eventually. Until then, you stay here.
And who exactly decided this? Oh.
Hang on a second. I need to be
Oh.
right back. It's
Alright.
Garrus.
I see.
Hi, sweetheart. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Garrus unfortunately has had some tummy issues as of late, for those of you who missed that. So yeah, she's currently checking on him to see that everything is Gucci. Also, I'm just realizing that like Hawk's sister has a bit of a sort of like twin dagger approach to the top of her outfit there,
Poor baby.
near the brassiere a little. Or brassiere, I'm not sure how to define clothing terms.
Alright.
Yeah.
I actually need to BRB real quick. Hang on, I got the headphones back on. I need to BRB real quick and, well, I need to wash my hands.
Yeah.
Because Cat's not feeling so hot, so I need to take care of that.
Yeah.
But I will be right back.
Okay.
Keep them entertained, Griffin! Actually, hey,
I
tell your story about the last month.
Assuming this stays up, all right. So I guess for those of you who for who missed most of my story, also thank you, Rick. I appreciate that. So basically, I work as a behavioral therapist for kids with learning disabilities. So my hours vary depending on the needs of the client. For a week, I pretty much had a week off because some clients had canceled for a while. My first day back, I went out to my car to find that between like 2 Fridays before that point and that Monday, someone had gotten into the garage, propped my car up on a wooden block, and had jacked out my catalytic converter. So I was understandably panicked, had to call the office and tell them to cancel my session for that day with the client. I called the police. They told me they needed more info before I could file a report because I didn't know exactly what had been tampered with. All I knew was that this thing was up on a wooden block, and if I tried to move it on my own, I might damage things more. So I called my insurance. I let them know that I would need my car towed to a dealership, but in my panic forgot to mention that I would need a ride as well. So they got there. The tow truck winched my car up, got it off the block, and I asked if I could hitch a ride, with them to the dealership. But because of COVID policies, they said, no, I couldn't, which is understandable. You don't want to endanger, the drivers and all that. So I said, okay, I'll meet you there. So they towed my truck away, and I walked all the way from my apartment to the dealership. And my legs were already sore because I'd done some crunches earlier that week, and my legs were still killing me. So now I was sort of panicked, picking up some spare pieces from my car that were left over after the jacking, walking from my apartment to the dealership on sore legs. Pretty much walked all around the dealership by the time I got there because I couldn't find the car. I finally found it. It had just been left behind in a parking lot, but not in a parking space, of course. The guy hadn't even waited for me to show up before leaving. So I had to start my car and put it into an actual parking space, resulting in some lovely, lovely noises because the catalytic converter had been stolen and thus things weren't being like regulated properly. Finally got into the office there to check my car in. I called my insurance to see if they would cover it. Basically, I was able to get a rental car free of charge, thankfully. So then I went back to my apartment, and for the next few days I was just sort of worrying about things. I filed an actual police report on the matter. Then I started to notice that, the maintenance required message is displayed on the rental car. And so I brought it in because, number one, the parts they would need to repair my car were on back order for anywhere between 2 weeks to a month, because apparently a lot of people have been stealing catalytic converters from Priuses. And so I needed to make sure that if I was in a rental car, it would not just fucking break down, because I do a lot of driving for my work. Also, welcome back.
Yes, hello.
So I saw the message and I thought, it might be an oil change or it might be something else. I should bring it in to get checked on. And so basically, instead of just like doing an oil change or something, you just have a new rental.
Yeah.
And it was pretty much a brand new car. Basically, only had like a few hundred miles on it. Pretty much, it's a good car. However, I don't think this car was designed for someone who is 6'2", because I have to crouch in to get into the car and sort of lean forward a bit when I'm driving. Like, not too terribly much, but it's still to the degree where I'm slightly uncomfortable whenever I'm driving the thing. And thankfully, I also did hear back from insurance. They will cover the costs of the repairs, but I'll have to pay out of pocket for just additional cap guard to make sure the converter can't be stolen again.
Zelda. Zelda. Sorry.
Yeah. So now I've got this car for, I'm not sure how long, because again, I haven't got any updates on how the car's doing. But I'm with this car now, and things will be fine. Haven't heard back from the police, of course. But that has been pretty much the start of this month for me.
Oh, Garrus, baby boy, where are you? Well, okay. It's not been a great month, just in general.
Yeah.
But, yeah, poor baby. I can't say he's okay, but I'm keeping, like I said, keeping an eye on it. Damn, tall people problems.
Absolutely.
I know, right? First world problems. Anyway.
Yeah, so, we'll go with who decided this.
Well, you got a few options here. Who decided this and how much to get in? But you actually have now unlocked a specific dialogue option, sarcastic / charming Hawk option with "Wouldn't you rather we left?" So this is the, until then you stay here. Wouldn't you rather we left?
I mean,
cat problems. Hello, Rick and Mesa.
Yeah.
A Google that website says these target catalytic converters because they contain precious metals like platinum, palladium, or rhodium that are valuable to metal dealers. So there you go.
Yeah, that is in fact the deal. But,
I'm gonna put pressure on using the sarcastic exclusive option here.
Mm-hmm.
Because it gets you, first of all, it ups your charm ability, as well as like your sarcasm points, so to speak. And it can actually be much more successful than some of your standard options.
Maybe.
What do you think?
Well, who said I wanted to make this easy for you? Who decided this?
Okay.
Surely there's someone higher up that we could persuade?
The city's been closed by order of the Viscount and Knight Commander Meredith, whose fortress you're standing in. But as far as you're concerned, I'm in charge.
Okay,
Well,
so now
then
we
wouldn't
have
you
no
rather
option.
we left?
If you find our uncle, Gamlin Amel, you might just have a few less refugees bothering you.
Gamlin? I know that name.
He's a nobleman here in the city. Our family has an estate.
A nobleman? The only Gamlin I know is a weasel who couldn't rub two coppers together. He comes back, I'll bring you to him. But I don't have time to...
What? You're gonna let them through?
I didn't say anything about it.
We've been here for 4 days. They just got here. That's it. We're carving our way out of here. Men?
I knew...
I mean... Honestly, I just let them kill the bastard, but...
I mean,
ACAB and all that.
I know.
I mean, these guys are just as much victims as we are.
Yes and no. They still made a choice here.
Yeah. And
They
honestly,
chose-
it would have helped.
They chose to escalate. Besides which, we're not given that option.
Yeah. I love how these refugees are now just labeled fucking deserters.
Yeah, I'm not sure. God damn. Well, that took care of that.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Captain, are you all right?
I am, no thanks to you. Where is everyone? Go find them. I want this kept under control. You have my thanks. Look, I can't get you into the city. It's not my decision. But I'll find your uncle and bring him here.
It's been 3 days. This waiting has to end.
I'm sure it won't be much longer. Gamlin must still be looking for us.
And if he's not?
Don't look now, but I think that's our man.
So that's actually a dialogue that comes up when you make your hawk more sarcastic. If you make them more diplomatic, it's like, wait, there's someone coming, etc.
Let me say up front, I wasn't expecting this. The Blight, your husband, dead. I'd figured you'd pretty much be Ferelden for life.
Oh, Gamlin. We came too late. My poor Carver didn't make it. Drastic guide.
Oh, make her save me. Leandra, don't drop this on me here. I don't even know if I can help you get in.
There's, what about Mother? What if I ask nicely, and then I'll get us in?
I mean, I think I'll go with nicely.
Would it help if I said you were my favorite uncle?
It'd make me feel better, but that's about it. I was hoping to grease some palms, but the Knight Commander's been cracking down. We're gonna need more grease.
But what about the estate? Surely Father left something when he died?
Right, about the estate. It's, gone. To settle a debt. I've been meaning to write you.
Then there's no hope.
Not quite. I know some people who might help. If you're not too delicate about the company you keep.
So there's no family fortune.
Mother said our family was wealthy. You really can't help us.
I am blighted helping. I've got 2 offers of work from people who've got the coin to open those gates.
I mean, yeah.
Still can't believe you sold the estate. Gamlin, how could you?
Well, I didn't expect your blasted family to show up on my doorstep. I've got a nice place in Lowtown. You'll see, it'll all work out.
Nice place in Lowtown is not exactly coexisting statements.
I mean, I can see why we can't leave. It's either this or the fucking zombies, so I think we'll go with sounds like fun.
Let's hear it, Uncle. What do you have in mind?
I talked to my contacts, and I found some people who might be willing to pay your way into the city. The catch is, you and your sister have to work off the debt. For a year.
A year?
It's the best I could do. Trust me when I say a bunch of refugees won't get a better option anywhere else.
This is the best you could do? So what's a year? This will not stand in my way.
It's not gonna stand in my way.
We cut down dozens of Darkspawn and an ogre to get here. That has to count for something.
Unless you brought an ogre's head along on the boat, I doubt it. I managed to convince my contacts to come to the gallows to meet you personally. Mirren heads up the mercenary company, the Red Iron. They're looking for recruits. Fenrir, I guess you might call her a smuggler.
Because that's what she is.
One of them can help you. All you need to do is find them in the courtyard and convince them you're worth the trouble.
You know what?
Do we want to ask Bethany's opinion?
Might as well.
What do you think about this, Bethany?
We've come this far. I don't care who we work for, as long as it means we don't have to go back.
Okay. Do we want to hear about either of them?
Let's go with the mercenary.
So tell me about this mercenary.
Yeah.
What kind of man is this Mirren?
He's a hired sword. What do you expect him to be like? I wouldn't bring him home for dinner or anything, but he's got a decent reputation. I wouldn't have asked him if I thought he'd cross you.
And what about the smuggler?
How dangerous is this smuggler's work?
Well, it won't be pretty working for her. She's a pretty small fish compared to some of the other thieves' guilds around here. But she's tough, she's fair, and she never deals in slaves or flesh.
You know what?
Let's find them and see what they have to say.
Yeah.
And I don't know about this.
It's a lot of coin, Leandra. Don't go expecting our name to carry the kind of weight it used to.
And what of me? I will not allow others to incur debts on my behalf.
Can't see that it makes a difference. You look like a lady who can pull her own weight.
Then you'll come with us. I have no real option. Thank you.
So what are your thoughts? I'll say this, we can technically do both options in terms of, like, because they both offer, like, a quest that you can do, and it'll put a little extra money in your pocket, usually. But you can also choose to fail one of them, which kind of automatically defaults you to the other. I kind of want to do that as an option. This is just me suggesting it, because again, it puts a couple of extra sovereigns in your pocket going forward. It's just ultimately, which one do you think you want to work with? And I can actually help clarify what looks good and what doesn't look good.
Well, I mean, on the one hand, like, we got someone who's, got a reliable, like, reputation around here, and the more we associate with them, the more we'll, like, have our name associated and just named. On the other, rogues do make for good thieves. So I'm thinking maybe we could dabble in a bit of both.
You can't. You have to pick.
Said I could.
You what?
You said I could, like, do missions for both.
No, I meant only in the beginning. They each give you one mission to kind of, like, prove your worth.
Okay.
And you can do both. I will say a lot of it is ultimately flavor text in many ways. Some of it is a matter of, like, who you fight later kind of thing. Basically, who you choose to fuck over. Now, in my experience, Mirren is a ruthless sword. Like, he's a hired sword, but he's the sort of person who does not have scruples. On the other hand, Athenril literally works as a smuggler, but she's organized, and as they say, she doesn't deal in slaves or flesh.
Yeah.
I just realized that Laura and Griffin are left-braining and right-braining this game.
Oh, absolutely.
I am the left brain, I am the left brain. Okay.
I mean, hook me up with those Oreos and pussy, man.
Jesus, okay, what do you want to do?
Well, you said we can get a mission from both to prove ourselves. Let's do a mission from both.
Well,
and then ultimately I'll probably go with, well, I mean, again, you said we could do both.
Yes. Allow me to clarify. You can do both, but in some cases you can, if you're successful with one, then you kind of auto-fail the other, and you don't get the benefit of that.
So we can't complete both missions.
You can complete both missions, but one of which is... So, for the example, the way that I usually do it, I usually end up going with the Fenril, and I do Mirren's mission, but instead of actually killing the target, I take that guy's money, and Mirren's like, hey, fuck you, you ruined everything, and go with the Fenril. I don't remember what exactly happens with the Fenril. You can get the money from the merchant that she asks you to collect the pay from, because they're due their fees, basically. But
Well,
you can just take that money yourself and pocket it.
Yeah, well, let's do both missions and see how we fancy it.
Okay. Which do you want to start with?
I'd say we start with the hired muscle.
Okay.
Like I said, this is going to be different from how you usually play. Wouldn't be fun otherwise.
Well, if we start with that, then you have the option to succeed or fail with it. If you succeed, it will trim out the other option. If we're starting with this guy, then you may not get the money from the other one. I don't know how that plays out, though.
Well, we'll find out.
Mirren,
And you must be Hawk. Nice. Your uncle talked up a storm about you. He better not be blowing more smoke out his ass.
So let's see here. Let's ask how you know Gamlin.
my uncle doesn't seem like the sort to hang out with mercenaries.
He doesn't. Gamlin cheated one of my men at a wallop match. You turn out, we'll call it even.
I mean, I was asking about the money since we want to make sure it's worth our time.
Getting us into the city will take a lot of coin.
Did I mention the Red Iron gets paid pretty well? Not to mention your uncle said your sister's a mage. We're willing to pay for that.
I don't like the look that he just gave my sister.
Mm-hmm. So, you know Bethany's a mage?
Apparently Uncle Gamlin likes to talk.
You stick with us. You'll be safe. For a year, at least.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we pretty much know he's a mercenary.
So
yeah, let's do it. Let's see what you need.
I'm ready to prove myself.
Noble bastard named Friedrich is here in the gallows. Gave us bad info. Almost killed my men. Now he's hiding out here, waiting for a ship. He sees us coming, he'll run for sure. But he doesn't know you. Go kill him and his men. We'll make sure no one asked why.
Alright, now let's go talk to the other person.
Okay.
Are you a Fenril?
You must be Gamlin's niece. Interesting. I don't know what he told you about us, but he certainly told us a great deal about you.
He didn't say anything about me, did he?
Enough to pique our interest, provided you can justify your uncle's confidence.
Alright. Let's see here. So let's ask how she knows Gamlin.
How did you get to be one of my uncle's contacts?
Is that what he calls me? He owes us after that last big idea. If you turn out, though, we'll consider things even.
So basically,
the
yeah. You want to ask what you're offering a lot for us?
Yeah.
I hear getting us into the city isn't cheap.
If you're as good as your uncle claims, we're hoping you'll be worth it. After all, it's not every day we're offered an apostate's services.
Ah, so Gamlin told you too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Does everyone know about us?
If the circle hasn't descended upon you, my guess is no. The Templars in Kirkwall like to think they have all mages properly leashed, but when has that ever been true? We can keep them from taking notice while you're with us. Wouldn't be the first time.
Let's do what it takes.
Tell me what you need done.
There's a merchant named Cavril, friend of the Templars, so they let him set up his little shop here in the gallows. We supplied him in return for a piece of the take, but now he won't pay up. We can't go near him without him screaming for the guard. but you can. Get her money from him and you're in.
Damn, that's a lot. Well, she's an elf.
Yeah.
So, which of these do you want to do first? Which one of them do you want to pocket money from? And which one do you want to end up with? After hearing their cases.
Well, one of them involves us going to off a guy who sort of made things difficult for the mercenaries. The other is us just
he's extorting Fereldans.
Yeah.
He's literally, these people have nothing and he is charging them ridiculous prices and underselling them on the items that they actually brought with them.
So that's the mercenary guy, right?
So killing the guy is the mercenary option. Getting the money to pay off the contacts is the smuggler option.
Well, I'd say we collect the money first.
Well, okay. Because you can't do both. Like, what? Okay, to clarify what I mean by that, you can do both missions, but you can't collect the money from both and you can't get in with both options. You can only either go with Mirren or with Athenril.
Oh, so yeah, I know that.
So do you want to succeed? If you succeed in the merchant one, then you cannot succeed with the mercenary one.
Yeah, I mean, again, I said we collect the money. I didn't say I would give it to her.
All right, we'll do it the way that you're suggesting.
I've already told you, I can't give you any more for them.
But that was everything we have. It's all we brought with us.
And I feel for you, Sarah, but it's the best I can do.
If they just let us into the city, I could get 3 times that price.
Myron?
Your business is done.
But...
Now then, what can I do for you, Sarah?
Straight to business.
Karis? Part of what I'm calling out is because after I left the room and I closed the door, he wouldn't have been able to get out, but I'm not seeing him, so he's probably gone somewhere. Given that his health isn't great, I'm just trying to keep an ear and an eye out.
Yeah, I get you.
Anyway.
So yeah, I'm thinking Athenril sent me.
You can always ask questions, too. Did you want to go straight out the gate?
Yeah, straight out the gate. Athenril sent me.
I believe you owe your business partners something.
Oh, I see.
Should I go tell the guards?
Not just yet. I want to hear this. So, Athenril sent you to collect, did she? Too cowardly to do it herself.
So your options are, there's no need for violence. I could be persuaded to go, which gives you the money. You need to pay me what you owe. You can be charming with this person, which I've never had this option before. Or you can have Aveline threaten him.
Let's go with, I mean, this dude's clearly a slime ball. Let's appease to his slimier nature with, we're all friends.
This has all just been a misunderstanding, hasn't it?
You think so?
I do. Don't you think business partners deserve a return on their investment?
Enough. I'm tired of fighting over this. Here, take the key for the chest. That should be enough to pay that witch. Now I'm getting out of here. Let those guards find someone else to buy Dogland junk.
Take all. Now let's go pay that guy the mercenaries want off to visit.
Okay. Nope, as I thought, he's not here.
Well, I mean, saves us some dirty work.
Also means you don't get the money.
Hey, no worries.
Well, alright.
Like I said, this game isn't gonna go the way it normally goes for you.
It's not the point.
You could could have given us something more challenging.
Will you look at that? Tell your uncle we'll make the arrangements. Welcome aboard.
I was leaning towards her anyway.
Yes, but if you were going to do that, I could have gotten you more money, but that's fine.
I mean, like I said, I'm not playing this with a walkthrough in mind.
You're...
I'm playing for the experience.
I mean, I've already made my point about all of this. Regardless.
Yeah.
You are the one making the choices. My main discomfort with it at this point is mostly just... I don't like you categorizing my frustration with, not doing that particular option, as if it's just like, oh, this isn't going to go the way you want it to. It's like, literally, you are actively making bad choices.
Well, I mean, that was part of the title, wasn't it?
Oh, whatever. Alright. So I guess I'm going to save.
Yeah.
Alright, so now we get to work with the smugglers. And now... Gamlin!
Any luck?
Was there ever any doubt?
I'll speak to Athenril and see when the bribes can be made.
How do you know? I didn't say who I went with.
Then we made it. The voyage is over.
So long as we're safe.
The blight may still spread, but for now we have a new home.
If only Carver were here with us.
And Wesley.
Well, we're off to a fantastic start. Let's see what else this city has in store.
I think she's gonna change outfits at the start of this next segment, but...
Thus began the champion's first year in Kirkwall. Word arrived from across the sea that the hero of Ferelden had defeated the Blight. But Lothering was destroyed. Kirkwall was the champion's home now. So she remained, paying off her debt. Made a name for herself in the underworld. It was a busy year in the city. That's when the Kunari landed. A great storm had caught their ship and left hundreds of warriors stranded in the city, waiting to return home. That's also when the trouble began with the mages. The Templars had become very powerful under Knight Commander Meredith. But, most importantly, that's when I first met the champion.
And... yeah, I think it's gonna default to a new outfit. Ah yes, and our first glimpse of Knight Commander Meredith.
Yes.
Bitch!
Look at this Final Fantasy character.
That's one of the hairstyles you can have.
Drop stays tits, human. You know how many people want to hire onto this expedition?
But we heard you're going into the deep roads. Surely you'll need all the help you can...
No. You're too late. Already done. This is a sort of venture that can make a man for life. I'm not about to take any chances hiring random humans.
You do have experience.
So we have experience?
Yeah.
We've fought and killed Darkspawn. How many of your hired men can say the same?
Get in line, human. Half of Kirkwall wants to be my best friend right now. You're looking for a quick way out of the slums, right? You and every other Ferelden in this dump. Find another meal ticket.
I do like this replacement outfit too.
Yeah.
We've got nothing to stop the next person who tries to sell us out. This expedition was our last chance.
Just relax.
Don't worry, Bethany. I won't let any big bad Templars come get you.
It's not a joke. If the Templars find me, the best I can hope is to be locked away for the rest of my life. If they don't kill me outright. We need coin, status, something we can hide behind. As long as we're just refugees, we're no one. Maybe Gamlen knows someone who can talk to Bartram for us.
Sure, Gamlen's the right one for this?
Isn't there anyone else?
Yeah.
Our uncle's not exactly the most reliable tool in the shed.
He's all we've got. Make us save us. We might as well ask. Otherwise, I don't know what we'll do.
Oh boy, here we go. Well,
that fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I knew a guy once who could take every coin out of your pockets just by smiling at you. But you don't have the style to work Hightown, let alone the Merchants Guild. You might want to find yourself a new line of work. Off you go.
I know he's your favorite.
He absolutely is.
How do you do? Varric Tethras, at your service.
It's a hell of an introduction.
I apologize for Bartrand. He wouldn't know an opportunity if it hit him square in the jaw.
But you would.
I would. What my brother doesn't realize is that we need someone like you. He would never admit it either. He's too proud. I, however, am quite practical.
What I love is that they do set up that he can be a little bit of an unreliable narrator at times.
Oh,
so
yeah.
How do we know that it played out this way and not something else? And there is actually implication later too, because you see that guy that he just shot and punched.
Oh yeah.
In the fucking tavern. And there's a good chance that he paid that man just to arrange for this meeting.
Oh my god, I just even realized something. That might, I mean, I know it, like, the actual explanation is because, you know, like, funding sources and time restraints, but I love the idea that the reason a lot of the human character models look the same is because all humans look alike.
Yes!
To Varric.
No, they actually confirmed that with dwarves, all humans kind of look the same. I mean, actually, with elves and dwarves, they're kind of like, I mean, your kind of all just look the same. So actually, that literally is a way to kind of explain around the reuse of models, really.
Love it. Okay, let's investigate this motherfucker. I mean, I'm guessing, like, you know who we are?
What makes you so certain we can help? You know nothing about us.
Oh, on the contrary. You've made quite the name for yourself over the last year. The Coterie has been squeezing smugglers out left and right, and the only group to survive owes it all to you two. The name Hawk is on many lips these days. Not bad for a Ferelden fresh off the boat.
I'm not sure if I want to necessarily out Bethany. Let's continue investigating.
He already knows about Bethany. He knows about both of us, but...
Alright, so you're in the expedition too?
You're part of Bartram's venture.
Why is the screen flashing?
That's right. Deep roads wouldn't normally be my thing, but I can't allow the head of our family to go down there alone. So as you might imagine, I have more than a passing interest in this expedition's success.
Okay.
So let's see. How do we reason with this motherfucker?
There must be some way to persuade your brother to hire us on.
We don't need another hireling. We need a partner. The truth is, Bartrand's been tearing his beard out trying to fund this on his own, but he can't do it. Invest in the expedition. 50 sovereigns and he can't refuse. Not with me there to vouch for you.
Oh, you'd vouch for me?
Why would you stick your neck out for a complete stranger?
What neck?
I'd rather take a chance on someone with your reputation than head.
Your mama raised you with no neck, boy?
I was gonna say the same thing.
Partners. I'm willing to give a little trust if you are.
So he'll share in these profits.
Your brother doesn't seem like the sort who's willing to split profits.
My brother is many things, but he is not stupid. Share the profits.
That's funny. You're funny.
1,000 darkspawn between you and the exit. Trust me, he'll come around.
Yes, Zelda? Oh, wait, is that
So-
Zelda or is that Sir Pounce? I think that's Sir Pounce. He's beeping at me, I think.
I see.
Well, Anyway.
So, what's your big flan? I said big flan!
What's your big flan? And he just pulls out this giant plate that wobbles with the flan on it.
I don't just share this for anyone. Alright, so what's your big plan?
I hope there's more to this.
Kitten?
Like how I'm supposed to get that much coin together.
You need to think big. There's only a brief window after a blight when the deep roads won't be crawling with darkspawn. The treasure you find down there could set you and your family up for life.
It won't be easy, but it's a chance. I think we have to take it. Better to work our way into this expedition than sit around waiting to be thrown in the gallows.
We work together, you and I, and before you know it, you'll have all the capital you need. What do you say?
How can you help me?
What makes you so certain you'll be useful to me?
Jeez.
I know everyone in this city worth knowing. I can help you find the jobs you need, and if you don't need me for that, there's always Bianca.
Ooh, Bianca.
You named your crossbow.
And why not? She's a beauty. Isn't that right, sweetheart?
You know what? Let's go to the main options and go, why not?
It's not like I had anything better planned.
Perfect. Kirkwall's crawling with work. You set aside some coin from every job and you'll have the money in no time.
Maybe Aveline can find us some work. She's got a position with the city guard now.
We should talk privately when you get the chance. In the Hanged Man, maybe. I'll be there when I'm not with you. Now, let's go see what trouble we can stir up.
Sounds like a plan.
Hightown, where the rich go to piss their money away. This really is the best place in Kirkwall.
You're short.
And you're sharp.
Very. Some people have said I look hawkish. Alright.
Talk about a bird of prey.
I'm still gonna use him as a little bit of a lockpick. But at least I won't be shit out of luck.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah. Let's play to his strength.
Mm-hmm.
Hightown is so grand compared to Lothering. It's hard to think we might have lived here.
I love that this actually happens. Let's see. Where? Well, this is quite. Just your mom.
I was gonna say, none besides you.
Of course.
Rodan Feddick, purveyor of goods both common and rare, at your service. And this is my son, Sandal, who is as brilliant an enchanter as you'll ever find. Say hello to the nice human, Sandal. Hello. We shall be accompanying your expedition and providing the needed supplies. It's all quite exciting, isn't it?
Not my expedition yet. I mean, I'll go say it's all the I'm all the tremble.
The thought of adventure does make me giddy.
A kindred soul, surely. But I digress. Do you wish to peruse my wares, or perhaps make use of Sandal's unique talents? Enchantment? Just so.
So your son's an enchanter?
I thought all enchanters were mages.
Not at all. The fabled dwarven resistance to magic has allowed enchantment of crafts for countless ages. Granted, most dwarven smiths must work for many, many years to learn the skill, but my boy is a natural, a savant beyond compare. I like enchantment. He enjoys his work. What more could one ask?
So, how'd you guys end up here?
You two don't seem the sort to hire onto this sort of expedition.
My son and I have never played it safe. Never captured a tried and true roads. In fact, we have just returned from adventures while accompanying the hero of Ferelden, legendary Grey Warden and vanquisher of the Blight.
Oh, you knew the hero.
So you helped to defeat the Blight?
In our small way, perhaps. We did not fight at the Grey Warden's side.
Although Sandal...
The hero of Ferelden is a fine woman. After all her accomplishments, may she find even greater success.
Who are you talking to?
I was gonna say. My eyes are up here.
Don't look down on me. You can't look down on me.
Well, not sure about our funding right now, so maybe goodbye for now.
I don't need it.
I look forward to our voyage together.
Never say that again. And yeah, we don't have a lot of money as of yet. Although I do have a surplus one of these.
Ooh.
And I can get rid of this as well. So it's not just as a matter of, like, you know, what we can buy. Although it is also worth actually looking it over.
Oh, yeah.
Pardon also one moment while I put her real clothes on.
That's fair.
I'll hold on to the other ones just for now, but,
yeah.
So...
I say we head to the Hangman to see what job opportunities we can find.
Well, that's him, that was him telling us,
Oh, where he is when he's not with us.
Yeah, he does need to speak with us, though.
Okay.
He does actually need to speak with us.
Alright.
Yeah?
Might as well.
Just...
Ah, long time no see, my friend.
Well, if it isn't Worthy, the dwarf with the incredibly ironic name.
I only advertise the truth. You aren't still working for Athenril, are you? Your year must be up by now.
I love that especially sarcastic Hawk has a lot of logician vibes here and there.
Oh, yeah. So, I'll go with, oh, you're nosy, aren't you?
Still trying to ferret out everyone's business, I see.
Of course. How else do you expect a dwarf to make a living? I'll tell you what. I still have my old contacts. You need some rune crafting done, I can arrange it for you.
Cool.
Take care, Hawk. Don't get dead.
I can't say I plan on it.
Yeah.
And here's where you can actually use some of the resources that you pick up over the course of the game to, if you pick up rune recipes, you can then actually have things requested.
Hell yeah.
What the hell is that? Is that supposed to be lyrium, or is that just red?
It's the fucking baby from Eraserhead.
Well, anyway, let's go to the Hanged Man.
Yeah.
We can also go home, too.
Yes. You go that way. I'll go home.
I knew that I also want to remark on the fact that we are going a bit late today, but I have about a month to make up for, all things considered. I kind of want to keep going with this, first of all, because it's a fun game, despite whom I'm playing it with. And because, like I said, it's been a whole month since I last streamed. I will probably need to be careful because, just as a reminder, I am streaming tomorrow. At least in terms of whomever here is live. Tomorrow, Sunday, at 4:30 p.m. Central, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. I'll be streaming more of the Lore of Lias, so if you haven't watched those videos yet, they are available on the Sirenia Studios channel. Anyway, advertisements aside, I'm going to probably keep going for a little bit.
That's fine by me.
Great ancestors, no. You know what Orzammar is? It's cramped tunnels filled with nug shit and body odor.
Alright.
And every person there thinks he's better than you because his great...
Have a good night, Phoenix, and thanks for dropping by.
Take care, man.
I'm not leaving yet. I was just remarking on the fact that we were going a little late today, so...
Yeah.
Grandfather made a water clock or something.
But they're your people. Don't you even wonder what it would be like?
I have a good imagination. Why would I waste it on that?
Agreed.
Also, you notice how the paper has a shadow?
Yeah.
More than the wall. I mean, okay, there's something to be said about, like, reflected light and all of that, but, like...
Reflective shadow is another thing altogether.
A badly copied leaflet. Take back our streets! Ferelden refugees, Kunari soldiers, who next? Tevita slavers snatching children out of their beds? This ends now! Send a message that Kirkwallers will not accept this! We must band together to drive for and waste from our doorstep. Reclaim the free marches for the marchers! If you care about our future, join the Friends of Kirkwall. Reclaim our city! Okay, I still need more sleep, though. So have a good night. Yeah, good night, Phoenix.
Yeah, I see the Proud Boys have made their way here, too.
Elegant.
My. If it isn't Hawk. Still up to old tricks, Elegant? Lady Elegant, if you don't mind. I'm a married woman now. Last time we met, you were still in Ethenral's employ. Things have been going well since then?
No complaints.
Could be better. Could be worse. I often feel the same way. You may recall I sometimes provided potions for Ethenral. I'd be willing to extend you the same courtesy if you like. All I ask is you inform me of any interesting reagents you find. In exchange, I'll approach my contacts on your behalf. And of course you'll need the appropriate recipes, such as this one. Free, for old time's sake.
Cool.
Appreciated.
Thanks. Why are you making potions with, like, fucking mugs?
Well, listen, mixology is a difficult science. You have to study for years. Ask Darnold.
A fruit potion. Fuck you, anyway. We don't have any of the ingredients to order a potion, but cool, thanks for that.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go to the hangman.
Yeah.
Gather round, all. I bring you a priceless treasure from the highest heights of Mount Davarus' travel. A pouch of Andraste's ashes. Verified by the scholar Genitivi, these ashes cure any ailment and provides virility in more intimate matters. Do I have a volunteer?
Uh-huh.
Just a small pinch.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
My God, it's gone.
Cured by the Maker himself.
That's enough. Clear out, you charlatans.
I mean, agreed, but...
Every coin those swindlers nab goes straight to the carter's coffers. They must be stopped.
Mm-hmm.
New quest.
Which we can take care of. Do you want to hit that first before we go in, or?
Yeah, why not? It's on the way.
Kind of on the way. It's a little bit out of the way, actually.
Well, I mean... miracles aren't easy.
Closer. No refunds on the ashes, friend. If the Maker doesn't favor you, that's between you and him, isn't it?
Here we go.
To be fair, you said not one step closer. I took several. You gotta be more specific, my dude.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. You're cute.
Excuse me. I was talking with your friend.
I said we were having a conversation. Wait your turn, good sir.
Ooh, my computer kicked a note here.
Ooh, boy.
Let's see. I love playing the rogue in this game because it gives you such quick control of the field.
Yeah.
Varric, my boy! My man!
Damn, but Bianca certainly can do a two-step, can't she?
Boop. Boop.
Tough nugs, guys.
You're gonna start talking like a dwarf, aren't you?
Now, whatever gave you that impression?
Stop! Stop! Koshi potion, yes!
Yes, Koshi Cola!
Oh my god, Koshi in the Dragon Age universe.
Oh, Koshi would fit in perfectly.
I mean, outside of being a bird boy. or bird person.
That just make them, you know, like, more unique.
Alright, Hanged Man. Do. Okay.
Ba-da-da-da.
Also, here he is.
Yep.
Again, suspicion that Varric did, in fact, actually pay him off to introduce them.
And I appreciate that they kept the black eye.
Yeah, exactly. Like, a lot of... I saw there was actually a mod to like, remove all of the weird, inexplicable, textured skins in the NPCs, and I'm like... So here's a thought. Maybe the refugee that looks like he's suffering from the Blight might be a refugee suffering from the Blight. And perhaps the guy with the black eye is the black eye because he got punched in the face and it's supposed to be a subtle environmental storytelling clue. Also, Bethany.
Yeah.
Sunshine, I'm a dwarf, in case you missed that detail.
Dwarves aren't completely immune to magic, you know.
No. I meant there are at least 30 people in this town who'd murder my family over trade deals. Who has time to worry about apostates with a merchant's guild breathing down your neck?
In that case, I see.
I do love his nickname for Bethany, Sunshine. Question, will you possibly play Mass Effect Legendary Edition? I might even stream that, but, like, unfortunately, it is $60, I think. Maybe it's even $70. I'd have to even check. So, that would have to be something that I would have to justify the purchase of. And one, I've already played through the series on my channel before. You can actually check out those Let's Play videos on the channel itself. The retexture does look good. It does seem that they have made small adjustments here and there. They've remastered, again, a lot of things. Seems like I know that they've adjusted the controls in the first game to fit more like the combat in the subsequent games. And so there's definitely, it is worth it to play it, but at this point, I'm not sure that I can immediately justify dropping $70 on a game like that.
Yeah.
Which is not to say that I won't ever, but I might end up having to be a bit behind the curve on this one. I mean, unless my Patreon really takes off, in which case, if I can justify... I mean, if people want to, you know, pay me $70, there's coffee on this... Okay, I'm not going to do that. I'll have to think about it, but I would really have to think about it.
Yeah.
Garrus's face tattoo actually renders properly now. Oh, that'd be good. Alright, so let's actually go into his office. And by office, I mean his suite. But yes, let's talk with Varric.
So, here's the thing. We need to find a way into the deep roads. Bartrand can lead us to the right place once we're down there, but we need a good entrance.
I mean, how do we do that?
I fought Darkspawn, but I've never been to the deep roads.
Fortunately,
Hawk's so pretty. Sorry.
Yeah.
There's a Grey Warden in the city. If anyone knows how to get down there, it'll be him.
Well, and if he knows nothing?
Are there any other options?
None at the moment. Bartrand had an entrance lined up, but it was a bust. I'll keep looking, but if we don't find something, we'll have a fancy expedition with nowhere to go.
So how can we be sure this guy is
Why
legit?
would a Grey Warden know that?
The Wardens don't just fight Darkspawn. They forge into the deep roads all the time. And if he doesn't know, he might be able to point us to those who do.
Okay.
I mean, let's do it your way.
Sounds like you have it all planned out, Varric.
And that, Missair, is why I'm here. Supposedly, this Grey Warden came in with some other Ferelden refugees not long ago. A Lowtown woman named Lorene has been helping the Fereldans. We talked to her. Maybe we learn where he is. I'll keep after my contacts, see if I can drum up any other work.
I love that his speaking range is the same as, like, your speaking range for the Logician.
Oh, yeah.
Also, Varric friendship plus 15.
Hell yeah.
I won't manipulate the approval ratings on this unless you ask me to. The only instance I might do that is in a case of, like, because here's the thing, I'll say this. I refuse to rivalmance anyone. Because the rivalmances are literally abusive in every fucking sense. You're constantly gaslighting them and all of that.
Absolutely. And I'll even say it'll just make things more interesting if we keep it all natural, stat-wise.
Well, I'll do what I can in that regard. If we do end up romancing someone and we make enough choices that force them too far in the rival direction, but we're still romancing them, I might make an adjustment.
Honestly, the only person I could see myself romancing at this point is fucking Varric.
He's not an option, unfortunately. And I say that not for lack of people demanding that he be a romanceable option.
Well, I guess we're gonna go solo, like, emotionally.
Well, you said you'd leave the romancing up to me.
I said I'd leave the aesthetics up to you.
You said before we got started that you would leave the romancing to me. I'm not gonna let you back off of that.
Fair.
Let's just say I plan on romancing someone. However, if you have an opinion on who, I can try and work in that direction.
So long as it's not one of the same two, should be fine.
Well, then that leaves Isabella and Meryl.
I mean...
Oh, I can't open that door yet. I see. Who are you romancing this time around? Well, I guess that's what our discussion just was, so...
I guess so, yeah. Because it's always, like, one of the two edgelords.
Excuse you. No, I don't find that funny. I'm sorry.
Fair enough.
Isabella? I mean, maybe. Ooh, a rogue. Hi, Uprising.
Hey. Yeah, we're doing things a little differently this time around. This time, much to her dismay, Laura has allowed me the sort of moral controls of the character.
Here's my thought, alright? You say to my dismay, I don't want you to make choices to deliberately be...
No, I'm not gonna, like, do anything to actually, you know, purposefully, like, make things miserable for you. That just make me a dick.
Which we already kind of knew.
Yeah.
Hawk?
She can't be she's clacking her heels with joy.
I was gonna say, she looks like she's doing a fucking shanty dance here. I mean...
Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum.
Uprising votes Meryl.
Hey, it's been a while, Uprising.
Would have been like if you were still nobles.
Sunshine, nobility is just an expensive lifestyle. I've already got one of those.
Nobles have power too, and responsibilities.
Estates, servants, investments, mercenaries, assassins. We've still got all those things. It's sunnier here, and nobody calls me my lord. I think I can live with that.
I mean, fair. Alright, let's finish this out.
Those charlatans won't be bothering anyone again.
Did you say something? I didn't hear you. And clumsy me. I seem to have dropped a coin purse in your hand.
You also seem to have leaned too close into the camera.
It's fine, don't worry about it. Also, I have remarked on it a couple of times now, but this hawk is so pretty.
Oh yeah, like, you made some really good fucking aesthetic choices with this one.
With your input, no less.
Oh yeah, I have my moments.
But, you know what I should do? I just realized as the game had a little bit of a hiccup.
Kind of important at this point. I mean, hopefully we won't load in, like, T-posing halfway through the floor, but...
I don't think that... I can't say that that won't happen, but it shouldn't.
Fingers crossed.
Alright. Well, let's briefly go home. Remember to save your game frequently. I've done it again.
Oh, we need to name Pinky.
We can, yes. This would be when we can.
Yeah.
Also, I do have all of the DLC for this game. I actually have a mod installed because I'm never gonna do the DLC in the first act. So, and since it wouldn't make sense for this house to have like this giant gold statue and whatnot hanging out in the house, I have a mod that deliberately hides them. If I ever wanted to do any of those in the first act, I can always remove the mod that hides them. But I generally have no intention of, like, it's so out of character, out of the world building for that to happen.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was just taking a quick little sippy poo.
Not a problem.
Baby
also,
boy.
never say sippy poo again.
I will if I want to. Shut up. You can't control me. You're not the boss of me.
But yeah, so we need to christen Pinky.
Never say that again.
No promises.
I'm still their daughter, their eldest.
Well, anyway, it was nice seeing you guys. Okay.
Yeah.
My children have been in servitude for a year. They should be nobility.
That's capitalism.
We'd all be dreaming.
Are you doing the DLC? That in some ways kind of depends on Griffin, because he's calling some of the shots here. I generally don't wait, or I generally wait until near the end of Act 3, because depending on what flags you have open, there's more depth to those DLC. More things happen, more things get referenced to your experiences so far, and all of that.
Yeah, I mean, I trust Lore's judgment in that regard. Let's go with like sort of like the vanilla storyline here.
Yeah.
So let's go with I mean, let's go with hey, isn't this a dream?
You mean this is real? No wonder I can't wake up.
And here I thought that Ferelden you ran off with was a mage, not a jester. Your
Love you too,
mother was
Uncle.
supposed to marry the Comte de Lancey, and instead she ran off with some Ferelden apostate. You don't get to stay the favorite when you do that.
Where is Father's will? If I could just see for myself.
It's not here, all right? It was read, it went in the vault. No one needed to look at it again.
Forgot how much Gamlen annoyed me. I heard his voice and wanted to hit him. I mean, mood. And Uprising. Griffin, take notes!
I will do no such thing.
Alright, so investigate, you said?
Yeah. So what exactly did the will say?
Did Grandfather mention Mother in his will at all?
Our father died when you were still in Pinafores, girl. You can hardly expect me to remember.
Sounds like a yes to me.
So let's hear about our family.
I know the Amels were nobility, Mother, but not much else. Why don't you ever...
They weren't much else.
The Amels have been a noble family in Kirkwall since Garahel drove out the Fourth Blight. But we've always carried magic in our blood. The hero of Ferelden was one of ours, you know. One of my cousin Revka's children. The Circle took them all. It's been a stain on our lineage. No family of good standing would ever marry into a line with magic. When I chose your father, I was bringing more magic into our line, not less. I think that's what hurt my parents the most.
Why so defensive, motherfucker? You got something to hide?
That touched a nerve. What's in there that you don't want us to see?
Nothing. But you won't be seeing the bloody thing. It's still locked up on the estate, and that's long out of my hands.
You didn't take your parents' will.
It was old news. You think I've been sitting here for 25 years waiting for Leandra to slink back?
Who bought the estate, Gamlen? Perhaps I could speak to them. Was it the Reinhardts?
No one you know. Get used to Lowtown, sister. That's where we're going to stay.
I also love the fashion here of just like the random bit of cloth around her neck. I know why they do that is because the head morph is often completely separate from, like, the body morph.
Yeah.
And so they need to have a barrier to hide where the head connects to the body.
Yeah.
Gamlin, shady as always.
Yeah.
That...
I can smell him from here.
That he fucking is. Alright.
What's up, sis?
I hate thinking badly of family, but did Uncle Gamlin seem a little slippery when he talked about Grandfather's will? If he, say, invested money that was meant to be Mother's, do you think he would tell us?
I mean, the motherfucker isn't just slippery, he's a whole goddamn oil slick. He's a born liar.
Gamlin can't say good morning without lying twice.
Mother's been in such a fit of melancholy since Gamlin told her how angry her parents were about Father. She told me she wishes she'd died with Carver.
Oof.
It's like coming here ruined every good memory of her childhood. I wish we could get some of it back.
I can't change it now.
Conrad, yeah, super chats should work on this channel. Basically, if you see the option to do a super chat, it's something that is open to the channel. Officially, this channel is monetized. I'm trying to get the same for Sirenia Studios, but that's one of those. I still need to get the 4,000 watch hours, so I'm quite a ways off from that. If you want to do a super chat, I mean, again, I appreciate that a lot. Not required, as usual. Like, I make the suggestions, but it's never required to enjoy the content that I generally put out there, so... Anyway, yes, it should be available if you want to do that.
But, yeah, let's actually go with, maybe we can buy back the estate.
When this Deep Roads expedition comes through, we can buy her home back. Move to Hightown.
Gamlin told me he gave the estate as payment to some slaver who beat him at dice.
Jesus.
Apparently, our ancestral home is now a base for slavers from all over Thedas.
That's a, motherfucker gave our home to slavers?
Gamlin couldn't have just sold himself and saved us all the trouble.
Can you just imagine him sweeping and scrubbing for some Tevinter matriarch? Seriously, though.
Oh my god.
Have no right to our family things. We should break in there. Get the will for Mother. I already talked to both of them about this. Gamlin said they guard the front entrance well. But Mother gave me her old key. She said it should unlock the cellar. Apparently the sewers run right beneath the house.
The 1% float down here.
Oh. Dang, Conrad!
Ooh.
Gosh.
Oh, boy.
Dude, thank you.
Fucking Conrad coming in clutch.
Oh, and I put this up too high. And then immediately.
Yes, also thank you, Rick.
Thank you.
Not to downplay your contribution.
I forgot to actually move the other things up over the top of it. Damn. Well, that explains why none of that was popping over. But, dude, I forgot to say that money is for all the joy you've given me over the... Oh, my God. That's so sweet.
Hell yeah, my dude.
I mean, I will say that gives me incentive now to get the Legendary Edition. The Mass Effect Legendary Edition, like, literally, that would definitely cover the cost of it, so...
I mean, I'll even say, another one here and there, she might get Final Fantasy VII Remake.
I mean, the thing is that in order to do that, I would need to get... What, it's a PS5 that it's exclusive to?
The DLC is, but the actual game is on PC. I think yeah, at least it will be.
No, it's not. Like, there's no... They have said that they might release it to PC, but they do...
I thought it was a sure thing.
No, I mean, a lot of people speculated it was, but yeah, it's not a guarantee of anything. But... And thank you! Yes, thank you, Rick and Mesa. I did not mean to gloss over that. I very much appreciate that, too. Alright. Well, sorry, I was distracted from the rest of that conversation with Bethany, but Yeah, so Mother gave her the key to the old estate. I love that Carver, like, in his line, he actually says, is like, I think Mother is trying to start something, but she gave me the key to the old estate. Rick being a bomb, too. The game's on PS4 and PC. Is it on PC? I don't know, that remake is on PC. I mean, I will say, buying the Mass Effect Legendary Edition would technically be a purchase for myself as well. But given that it is something that people would be interested in seeing,
Yeah, I'm looking at it now, and it's looking like it might not actually be on Steam. I apologize. That was my misunderstanding.
Yeah. Alright, so here is a whole bunch of DLC items. There's a lot of them.
And we can probably sell a lot of them.
Yes, as a matter of fact. Unfortunately, it just made our inventory full, so that's why we have storage.
Uh-huh.
A lot of these I don't have to worry about. I have many things I need to sell. God, I don't need to worry about either of these, huh? I can get the rest from the actual thing. Gotta drop some of these things off. A lot of these are actually really cool. They actually even have the Loghain's clothing from the prequel book. I forget exactly what the name of it is, but the prequel books, 2 of them, to Origins, you can actually wear the official outfit that he had, and it's actually pretty nice. Sir Isaac's armor is a reference to, what is it? The Dead Space, I think it was.
Oh God, really?
Thus begins the inventory struggle. I should be able to get a better inventory pretty quickly. The Blood Dragon stuff is actually pretty cool. Those are nods to the series, the Blood Dragon that is emblematic of Dragon Age.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'll also say this much: at least it's not the fucking inventory system from Resident Evil 4.
Oh, did it just wait? It dumped a bunch of it already. Oh wait, what?
Oh, I think because there's shit left over.
Yeah, but there were already. I guess they did have some in here already. All right, so now I need to go through these and figure out which ones. Ooh, Grandmother Amel's wedding band. I feel like I want to put that on Bethany.
I mean.
Let's see. The pearl is relevant to me. Ring of the Awakened. Selaze's favor. The light that pierces. I think that's one pretty good for me. The pearl. Lost memory. All right. Lady's choice. It's not a bad one. Wait, did I not bring... I thought I... Okay. Band of Emancipation. Ooh, that looks pretty good. The Guardian's Weighted Backhander. I don't know who I want to put that on. Visionary's Girdle. I think I can probably pop that on Bethany. The Refined Gentleman's Sash. Chevalier's Banded Pride. I can probably get that for Aveline whenever I actually put her in my party.
See, I see that item name, and I just want to watch Blood Plus now.
Which one?
Chevalier.
Yes. God, I want to go back and watch that too. That should be something we put on the table soon.
Yes.
Same, yes, but I usually pick them up as the game goes. I know I have to replay this game. I always play a rogue just so I can have Bethany with me. Maybe I should play a mage. I mean, I like the mage path, and it is interesting to have Carver as your surviving sibling. Zelda, what's going on? Oh, you're gonna lick your paw like you didn't just jump up on top of the computer. What's going on, baby girl?
Fuck you.
You did that right as she opened her mouth to meow at me. I'll say this: if I get other people to actually play this game, as a result of my playing it, then I'm happy with that. Legitimately, like, it's... I love this game so much. And I started playing it again recently just for myself, and I was doing a, you know, I was doing a run of all of the things that I want to do, which Griffin has also been already party to.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, let's put this on for now. But I wanted to play some more of it, because here's the thing. It's been years since I've actually played through it, especially all the way to the end. And a part of one of the reasons why I didn't play it as much as of recent, is because there was such a stir-up within the fandom itself, which Dragon Age 2 definitely created a disconnect. I'll say that much. And Inquisition created some further division. In some ways, it's a great game. I don't personally go for open world as much, but it's still a good game, and it's certainly far more polished than the previous two. But Dragon Age 2 has always been my favorite out of all of them. And, it's been... I'm trying to think of how to put it, but basically it's been a long time, and playing it now after all the fandom has, in many ways, effectively, quote-unquote, died down. It's a lot easier to get back into it, to enjoy it, and appreciate it for what it is. I've never played a mage. I'm usually warrior. Think 3 times warrior and 1 times rogue, because I'm boring and I like my hawk strong. I agree DA2 is my fave due to the characters. Inquisition is a little overwhelming. Yeah, I am very much in agreement with you, Uprising, about all of that. I mean, I pretty much always play a mage, occasionally a rogue. I'm not much one to play warrior, interestingly enough. DA2 has always been my favorite. Like, it is... To say that it's my favorite, like, it by far and beyond. The characterization, the characters, and the plot. And especially if you actually take the time to actually peel back all of the various layers to it, it shows, there's a lot, God. There's a lot going on in the background for this game that, unfortunately, they suffer a little bit of retconning in Inquisition, and that's part of what actually kind of made me disconnect from Inquisition, was because while it doesn't, you know, one-to-one negate the events, it does a lot of Templar apologia, and for me, that's just, I'm not cool with that, especially after having read Asunder, which is, again, a book outside of the game, so you can't know about what's actually going on in Inquisition or some of the background information if you don't read those books and comics and all of that. I haven't played Inquisition fully yet. I just can't get myself past Haven because I get distracted. Yeah, one of the things that they even have said, like the developers are like, get out of like the hinterlands, I think is the one that they actually do. Get distracted too easily. There's so much to pick up and explore, and on the one hand, like, absolutely, that is something that a lot of people enjoy. That is something that a lot of people get quite a bit out of. But on the other, like, for me, that's not the style of gameplay that I like. I like the intimate role-playing elements of this game far more than the open world stuff. There's still good writing, there's still good characters, there's still a lot to learn about the world of Thedas as a result of that, and I do think that the premise itself is actually really, really cool. But as an example of why I dislike some elements of it, they used the Anders model to shape all of the enemy mage combatants, as well as a handful of, like, pro-mage combatants, basically. Like mercenaries hired by the mages. So it's one of those things where it sort of subconsciously conditions a player to have a bias against him. Because if you're constantly being attacked by someone that looks like Anders, it sort of just kind of places that in a negative zone for you. The Hinterlands, it's huge, and it takes like 8 hours, and it's a lot of filler, and I'm running out of free time. I like more of the slower RP stuff than... Exactly. I'd like to play an ML Mage in DAO. I try not to make Honka Mage too. I guess I see what you mean there too. I actually make an ML Mage, and that's the import that I have for this. But there's a lot going into it. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Bard's Honor. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna upgrade my daggers. Malcolm's Honor and Freedom's Promise. Let's see. And Apostate's Courage. Alright. I think I'm going to grab... Well, that's actually pretty damn cool. I can't use this, but I do know someone who can. And I'm probably going to be picking up on that pretty quickly. But Arms of Mektir. Those actually look pretty cool, and I'm just going to show that real quickly. So, like, in terms of Logain's look, as in the prequels. Ooh. So, yeah, it's actually really cool.
God, she looks like a boss-ass bitch in that.
Oh, yeah. I do actually like it, and I might hold on to this for perhaps a later chapter. Yeah. But, oh, I should probably actually dress her back in this before trying to throw it away. Throw it away. Throw it back in here. Were there any helmets that I wanted to take? Sir Isaac's helm. Alright, Helm of the Exile. Blood Dragon helmet. Fugitive's Crown. Apostate's Mask. Damn. Helm of the Martyred. Jasmine's Cuddy's Wrap. Helm of the Vanguard. Fugitive's Gauntless. Okay, so I can probably actually grab some of these to throw on my character, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna grab that, actually, to put on my character. And... let's see. Freeman's Gauntlets, I mean. And I would love to be able to throw these on any of my companions, but unfortunately they have those be pretty steady. We'll never have another Ogren or Sten. I mean, technically we'll have plenty of other Stens, they just won't be our Sten, who is apparently now the Aeroshock. I miss the writing of Dragon Age Origins. I feel like I could roleplay better there. Yeah, they do offer a lot. I think that there's a mix... I love a lot of Origins and the plot lines that it has there. I prefer DA2 in terms of plot and roleplayability, but anyway. Gauntlets of Summer. The Elusive Gloves. Black Silk Gauntlets. Gloves of Winter. Passing. Exiles. The Queen's Guard. Bonus to lockpicking with the Lion's Claws. I'll have to think about that. And by that, I mean just grab them.
Yeah.
Boots of Faith, Cold Steel Greaves, the Ancestors' Greaves, Stalwart Treads, which looks pretty good. Quick Flight. What was that you just said?
That was my piss poor impression of Gandalf going, "Fly, you fools."
All I heard was that was all that came across to me. Was all I heard was
Well, I mean, he certainly was gone with the wind at that point.
I hate. Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, we'll never see it on the... because, again, I'd have that disabled, but...
yeah.
Let's put these on.
I'm just flashing back to the one Pro ZD skit of like when you're in a serious cutscene, but they keep like the model you've like customized. Let me just see you once through my eyes before I die, and it just has this fucking character with a goofy ass hat and items on. You have your mother's eyes.
So those are my daggers now.
God damn, those ain't fucking daggers. Like that's someone going to a butcher shop.
One time I accidentally failed a character's major quest and I doomed her entire race by messing up a charisma check. I mean...
As you do.
Thank you for dropping by, Uprising. It's been good having... I mean, of course, me playing Dragon Age will summon Uprising.
Absolutely.
That makes sense. Alright. So I've got a lot of things to sell now. Oh, and I've got a full inventory too, no less. I should probably sell some things, but let's name Dog.
Yes, after all, we cannot end this.
I think he misses the open fields.
Oh, you want Playboy?
Come on. Let's play Fetch the Invisible Ball. Poor thing. Maybe he'd be happier if we brought him with us more often.
I mean...
My current is Mass Effect Legendary Edition, though that might be because of my nostalgia glasses. Poor Dog. So...
Let's see. Let's just get under his skin more. Oh, Gamlin might miss him.
But if he's with us, who'd keep Gamlin's debt collectors away?
Take it. I'm sick of what's-his-name staring and panting.
Gamlin, honestly, Mabari understands what you say. Try using his name.
What's wrong with Dog? Real easy to remember.
Yeah, so is Pinky, especially after I cut yours off.
And also, you notice Dog is the default name. So, Pinky, do you want it spelled... Whoa, that's not correct.
Pinky. Pumpkin.
You don't want to go with this?
Let's go, Y.
Why?
Exactly.
Pinky! Oh yeah, and it works with thumb too, I just realized. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly, that was my whole point.
Well, I didn't realize it until just now. Anyway.
Aw, well, let's let him rest.
I'll let you sleep.
Yeah. Plus, I just realized, like, it's such a fucking hilarious name for this big fucking, like, calf muscle of an animal.
Huh. I'll get to bait and switch in a second.
Yeah.
I do want to do a quick thing.
Oh.
And I can't get a Aveline as of yet. I want to sell off things that are in my inventory presently,
Yes,
so...
I think that will definitely help.
Let's see. Pinky! Play Bite Gamlin. Bark Spawn. No. Bark Spawn is in the first game. Although it would be fucking hilarious if, like, you have a Kuzland that starts off with the dog, and so you end up naming the dog Bark Spawn in advance of the Darkspawn blight.
Oh, that's good.
Game.
You good, BioWare?
It might not be. It did this to me recently, too. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go. Save.
Yeah.
Save.
Yeah.
God damn, those are fucking hatchets you got there. Not even hatchets, they're like fucking... It's like shit you'd see in a fucking Freddy vs. Jason movie. I love it.
Alright, let's get rid of some shit that I don't need and never will need. Yeah, I can get rid of that. Not gonna need that. Or that. Or that. Or that. Not gonna need that.
Yeah.
And I can sell some of these. And now my inventory's looking a little bit better, and I have 10 sovereigns.
10
cool.
sovereigns. Yeah.
Let's see. What do you have? I'll have to keep that one in mind. Guild ring. Huh. Not bad. Oh, yeah. And I do need to pick out one of those for you, too.
Yeah.
But let's get you the ones that I explicitly pulled out for you. Grandmother Amel's wedding band. The ring that whispers not for you. Hawk family crest. Band of stolen shadows. Air of confidence. Alright, yeah, I think Ring of Resilience.
Nice.
I'm probably gonna have Bethany with me a lot, all things considered. What do I want to put on her necklace-wise? There may be Pendant of the Morning Frost. Arlathon Focusing Crystal is good, but I think that there's another character that would technically work better for.
Yeah, also it's a fucking mouthful.
Visionary's Girdle. Hindsight, the Irons. Let's see, High Lord's Belt. The Antivan Garot. Again, I'm gonna keep that for someone else, but I'll keep my sister safe for now.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, for you, let's see. There's probably some of these that are even better, but...
Yeah, I love how he just got through saying, like, I don't like anyone calling me my lord, and we're looking at High Lord's Belt.
And let's level you guys up a little more.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, I have more points.
Yeah.
Cool. And...
Yeah, next chance we get, we might also want to invest a little more in strength.
Well, strength doesn't actually have much of an impact for rogues, as it does dexterity is the impact. Strength is for fighters.
That's fair. You just want to make sure they didn't get too, like, squishy.
Yeah, well, strength has to do with, like I said, is when you have a sword that you're lifting and hurling and holding up a shield to keep everyone... Okay, there we go.
That's fair.
Let's change this to enemy clustered with at least 3 enemies. Then we can have the firestorm. Aggressive? Wait. Bethany? Tank? Okay, you're not a tank.
All things considered, I can understand her being aggressive.
Fight back if attacked in melee combat. Alright. Aggressive will attack enemies the moment they are visible. The character will fight back if attacked and will chase down enemies, but will not flee the location of a harmful area out of attacks. Okay. Ranged. Yeah, I guess aggressive is gonna have to be it for Bethany. I guess I kind of like that.
It's sort of been her MO for most of this.
Same.
Even in the opening cutscene.
It works.
I love how my dumbass choices are opening a whole new side of this game for you.
What do you mean?
Just like a lot of options that like don't normally open up in terms of like dialogue choices and just like the way characters behave with like you're aggressive, okay.
Well, I normally don't have Bethany in my party, that's all. And I just didn't notice the tactics. I'm used to mages having the tactics of ranged. As in, I'm not going to put myself immediately next to you. Yeah. So, we do have the option to go into recruiting Anders. Do we want to kick that off, or do we want to find something else to do? Or do we want to call it here for the night?
It's been about, let's see here.
3.5 hours, almost.
Yeah, so I think this is a good crossroads to end on for now.
Okay. Well then, I think I literally just saved, but whatever. Better to save frequently than not. And it's getting a little bit on the, funky side.
Yeah, I mean, not to say I'm not enjoying this, because fuck knows I am. But I also know that, like, there's only so much of my, like, bullshittery that any one person can take in one sitting.
All right.
Again,
Cool.
also, not to say that because again, I'll stress this: I'm not intentionally trying to do anything to like make this harder for you or not enjoyable. I'm just, playing this out. I know I would in your position.
Yeah. No, that's understandable. You have lost your connection to the Dragon Age servers.
Oh, poop.
Okay. Quit. Bye. But I'll probably be going back to that. Goodness knows that I have every intention of playing that more. If I stream more Dragon Age 2, then that will probably be what I go back to. There is a chance that I'm hoping that if I can keep my health secure for the next week or so, that I should be hopefully able to stream next week and continue this trend. As it stands, I have switched it over to the Lore of Laius preview here because, once again, stating again for the record, tomorrow I am going to be streaming starting at 4:30 p.m. Central Time Zone, which is 5:30 in the Eastern. This is on the Sirenia Studios channel, so it's the opposite. Oh, thank you, Shikarian. And so I'm going to be continuing the Lore of Laius Starburst campaign, which Griffin is a player in. As I said before, if you want to catch up, all of the streams are currently available on the channel to watch. And I think that the current vote, actually, I think that might be closing soon. But there is usually a vote for patrons, so if you want to become a patron, my Patreon is usually linked in pretty much every video on my channel. But if you become a patron, you can vote on basically stuff that happens both in that campaign. Plus, if you are a patron, you help support what I'm doing. You help me actually, survive month to month. And it does make a big difference for me. Outside of the usual call to action of the like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, I will say hitting the bell, especially over on Sirenia Studios, will be really helpful for me because I'm hoping that it helps people to find the channel a little bit more easily. I've had a significant boost thanks to helping out Rec D with the Friday Night Funk and stuff.
Yeah.
But just in general, people seem to be enjoying the campaign, and it should be able to let you know whenever I do go live for that. You've been watching the VODs. Yeah. It's one of those things, like, not everyone can make it on all the days, which is why I do appreciate that VODs are an option. But we've been having a lot of fun with those, and I'm looking forward to having the others as well on that for that. We are getting set up to have an encounter. We'll see how things are going, but we're getting pretty close to the end of the first leg of these characters' journey, which will start opening things up to the rest of the world that they're playing in, which is something that I'm looking forward to. Anyway.
Hell yeah.
So that's tomorrow, starting at 4:30, etc. for Central. I want to thank especially, Conrad, and of course also thank you, Rick, for your donations today, the super chats. Like I said, now I have incentive to pick up the legendary, the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, and perhaps start throwing that on the to-stream list, which like I said, if I pick that up, I will throw that on. Like, I want to revisit those games too. I've been tempted by it but it's just one of those things. Because the price tag, I'm not going to be like, no, that's unreasonable. I have my issues with the video game industry, but like, it's a high enough price tag to make me go, But honestly, like I said, incentive going into that. But I really appreciate the support, whether it's through the coffee, whether it's through the super chat, or through Patreon. All of that helps quite a bit, actually. So I guess I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow, or otherwise the videos will be going up on the channels. Probably, if I stream both days at the weekend, I usually upload, or I make them public the Wednesdays following, so there's usually a pretty good chance to catch up on what gets streamed within a few days of it being streamed, so. all of that said, thank you guys for indulging me in my beginning a new playthrough of Dragon Age 2, especially because this is going to be an interesting one. I can kind of already tell. I'm not sure about having Griffin making the choices at this point, because I want to fucking sock you for some of this shit, but whatever. I understand I can't really take the control in this situation, whatever. You see, he wants to ignore my advice, and he's welcome to ignore perfectly good, sane, and helpful advice. But I want to thank you, Griffin, for joining me in today.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And again, I do keep your advice in mind. I'm just, again, ultimately, at the end of the day, I'm going to go with how I would go in. But again, I will be keeping a lot of your advice in mind because, again, you've got far more fucking experience in this field than I do.
And I appreciate that too, but I will also respect that you want to make your own choices. That's also fair.
Yeah.
So, thank you for joining us. Thank you guys for coming by to watch today, and I hope to see you both tomorrow and next week, because if you're here next week, then that means that I'm feeling well enough to stream. So, that's many good things all at once. But yeah, hope to see you guys soon.